looking for Keenan Webb. Has a step on the receiver, and it's good at the 10. 5, touchdown, Guthrie Bluejays. And the Guthrie Bluejays are state champions for the first time in school history, and they are celebrating on the field.
The following is a production of Guthrie Football, 4-time state champions.
Staley gets the snap. He's running with it left side. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Guy Staley and the Blue Jays regain the lead.
Next time that I talk to you, I will be talking to the greatest team in Guthrie High School history.
The Blue Jays are looking to add yet another gold ball made of Guthrie blue.
Ryan Dutton takes the snap, and there you have it. The 2011 Class 5A state champions are your very own Guthrie Blue Jays for the third time in school history, and they have dashed onto the field. Motion to the left side. They run to the left side with Alexander. Across the 5, to the 1. Touchdown, Ida Alexander. And for the fourth time in school history, the Guthrie Blue Jays are your Class 5A state champions and strike up the band one final time.
One thing that will never be replaced is MTXE. Mental toughness, extra effort.
It's being determined to win in the face of all odds, all obstacles, and coming together as a unit to accomplish that.
Year after year, the Blue Jay offense is amongst the most prolific offenses in all of Class 5A.
Option reverse to Callens. Callens looking to throw. Wide open Blaze Hastings. Can they connect? He does. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Reverse pass, and the Blue Jays are on the board. Strike up the band.
It's that time again. It's time for Blue Jay football.
Hit hard. Landry Chapel gets every Blue Jay fan off their seat.
It's now.
Strike up the band.
On the Guthrie Radio Network.
Guthrie football. Open up minds. It's time to go.
Launch authorization received. Countdown sequence initiated.
3, 1.
Guthrie Blue Jay Football 2017 is brought to you by Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. Interbank, what's going on now at your hometown bank? Golden Chick, the original and still the best. John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Mercy, your life is our life's work. Golden Age Nursing Home, making the toughest decisions of your life the easiest choice you've ever made. Eskridge Chevrolet, a name you can trust for over 50 years. Guthrie Blue Jay Football is also brought to you by F&M Bank, Merritt Roberts Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Sonic on Highway 33 and I-35, Guthrie Tag Agency, and Hayes Funeral Home. Welcome to Guthrie Football.
The following is a production of Guthrie Football, spanning across the Blue Jay Radio Network.
Throws it up for Dante Boston, a triple coverage. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Now, let's go live to the stadium with the voice of the Blue Jays, Chris Evans, and tonight's Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show.
The Blue Jays are back on the road, and this time, once again, have landed in western Oklahoma for the final game of the regular season. Welcome to Guthrie Blue Jay Football. Good evening, I'm Chris Evans, and this is the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show for tonight's contest between the Guthrie Blue Jays and the Guymon Tigers. Thanks for joining us as you listen on the Blue Jay Radio Network, on Guthrie Sports page, Guthrie News page, or the Guthrie News page mobile app. Be sure to stop in and visit Interbank at 224 East Oklahoma, or visit Interbank on the web at interbank.com, member FDIC. Coming up in moments, my partners, Casey Porter, Phil Nichols, and Craig Fleck join me as we take a look at this district game between the Jays and Tigers. The Blue Jays are coming off a road win last week in Woodward and are 4-5 overall and 3-3 in District 5A2. For Guymon, they snapped an 8-game losing streak with a 9-6 win over Northwest Classen. Overall, they are 1-8 and 1-5 in district play. Tonight is another must-win game for the Blue Jays. A win, and the Jays are on the road next week to Ardmore for the first week of the playoffs. Time now for opening timeout. After these short messages, we take a look at Guymon and the Class 5A playoff scenarios. You're listening to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show on the Blue Jay Radio Network.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank.
You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Stay tuned. Next up, Casey goes inside the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner with Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beebe when the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show returns.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years. I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
Welcome back to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show and the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner. Oklahoma Farm Bureau is your central location for all of your insurance needs. Contact Merritt Roberts at 282-2266. That's at Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Oklahoma Farm Bureau living beside you and working for you. We now bring in the Blue Jay head coach, Kelly Beebe, and we talk about last week's big win on the road in Woodward County at Woodward, and then obviously this week's season finale at Guymon. And, Coach, you talked about since halfway through the season, this has been playoff mode, and since the lot night game, your team has looked really good.
Yeah, we're excited about today. You know, it's a long trip out to Guymon. We try to make it an event for the kids. We're going to get out of school early, and we're going to drive halfway out to Woodward and eat a nice sit-down meal together as a team, and then finish the second half of the trip and head on out and get back in our regular routine as far as timelines go. They're coming off their first win of the year. A week ago, a 9-6 victory over Northwest Class, and they're going to be fired up and excited about that. And it's also their senior night, so it's a tough environment to go out and play in. And it's a do-or-die game for us once again. Kids have had a good week of practice and preparation, and we're excited.
You talk about going all the way out to Guymon, Coach, and point blank, Guymon, they've struggled this year. You mentioned just last week they got their first victory of the season, but it's not about that. You mentioned that as well. It's about the road trip out there. It's a long ways. You're a long ways from home, so it's not the easiest of places to play.
Well, we hadn't been out there since 14, and you try to prepare the kids as best you can for it. Going on the road last week to Woodward was a good precursor to this, and playing as well as we did, and I'm excited about the trip. It's always fun to get these guys out of school, and you make some memories on days like this and go out and get the district win.
We'll pause, fans, but don't go away. Next up, we'll finish our conversation with the Blue Jay head coach later on in the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show. But immediately after this break, Chris is going to rejoin us, and when he does, he's going to talk about tonight's opponent, tonight's game with the Guymon Tigers. That's when the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show from the Guthrie Radio Network continues in a moment.
If it has to do with cars, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, or boats, the Guthrie Tag Agency can do it all. Hello, friends. This is Chris Evans, the voice of the Guthrie Bluejays, letting you know the Guthrie Tag Agency has a new, friendly staff that is trained and experienced and will help provide you with fast and accurate service. I know they help me with all my Pike Pass and car needs so I can follow the Bluejays all over the state. Give them a call at 282-3873, open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 2105 South Division.
The Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues next with the Golden Age Nursing Home opponent preview.
Sports, a powerful force in our society. Through sports, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes impacts the young people of our nation. Our ministry offers them faith, integrity, and values in the face of an often confusing world. What we all have in common is our love for Jesus Christ and our desire to share our faith with others. Because as long as there are sports, there will be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To learn more, call 1-800-289-0909 or visit fca.org.
Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues. For a full range of healthcare services and a commitment to quality, call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144. There are several playoff scenarios for many high school football teams on Friday night. For the Guthrie Bluejays, it's simple. Win and make the playoffs for the 13th straight season. The Blue Jays make the long trip to Guymon and will be heavy favorites to win here in Oklahoma's Panhandle. Guthrie has won 3 of their last 4 games, including 2 in a row after starting the season 1-4. For Guymon, they picked up their first win of the year last week against Northwest Classen 9-6 after dropping their first 8 games of the season. The Tigers continue to struggle in Class 5A. In the past 6 seasons, Guymon is 8-51, with their best season coming back in 2015 when they had a record of 4-6. Meanwhile, the Jays can still qualify for the playoffs with a loss, but are concerned about controlling their own destiny. With the win, Guthrie would travel to Ardmore for a first-round playoff game. Ardmore has claimed the district title in 5A District 1. This is the Inner Bank Blue Jay Kickoff Show.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
Fans, it's almost time for kickoff. On the other side, Coach Beebe returns to the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner and shares his final thoughts on tonight's game.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football.
For the reason we feel like we can price better, the automotive business is very unique in the fact that everybody that buys a car from General Motors, Ford, or Chrysler, any of them, pay the same price. The overhead is what determines the lowest you can sell a car for. And we feel like we operate on a lower overhead. We don't have to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars a month advertising to get customers to come back. We have our customers out advertising for us through our ambassador program.
Welcome back to the Inner Bank Blue Jay Kickoff Show and the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner. Oklahoma Farm Bureau is your central location for all of your insurance needs. Contact Mary Roberts at 282-2266. That's at Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Oklahoma Farm Bureau living beside you, working for you. We now bring in, as we promised, the Blue Jay head coach, and we finish our conversation with him. And, Coach, getting on with Guymon again and finish our conversation about them. A couple of years ago, you saw a Guymon team that didn't have a whole lot of numbers. All of a sudden, last year, they had around 60 kids. So it's kind of a mixed bag every time you play.
Yeah, they start with their quarterback. He's a returning senior starter, big kid, 6 foot, about 200 pounds, got a good arm. He threw the ball effectively on us a year ago. That's something we've definitely prepared for. They've had a coaching change, and they've gone to a triple option attack out of the flex bone. Which kind of builds into what Wilbur did a week ago with their wing scheme. And, option football, assignment football is something you pride yourself on as far as a teaching component for your team. And we're excited about that challenge. Defensively, they'll bring pressure out of a 3-4. They've got an outstanding interior defensive lineman that our offensive line is going to have to take as a challenge to block. And anytime you're on the road like this, you've got to run the football and stop the run and be great in the kicking game. Limit penalties. That's kind of the secret to anybody's success at this time of year, and that's the game plan. That's what we're going to go out and execute.
You mentioned the 3-4 scheme for Guymon, Coach. You mentioned the flex bone with all the option attack. It's kind of neat going throughout the season and watching all the offenses and defenses, the way that they run now, the modern-day 2017 schematics of it. By the end of the season, literally, you've seen just about every scheme on both sides of the ball that you could possibly see in football.
Oh, absolutely. And coaches get smarter, and the game continues to evolve, and you got to be a student of the game, and you got to always draw back though to your base qualities of what's important to you, and making teams one-dimensional, and being able to throw the ball when you want to offensively because your run game's solid. Or be the two staples that will always carry you through to success.
Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Casey.
That's the Blue Jay head coach, Kelly Beebe. Fans will pause, but don't go away. Much, much more on the Inner Bank Blue Jay Kickoff Show. When we return, that includes tonight's national anthem, the coin toss, the Escort Chevrolet keys of the game, and the Mercy Health Report. That's when the Inner Bank Blue Jay Kickoff Show from the Blue Jay Radio Network continues in a moment.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Now, let's go live to the stadium with the call of tonight's game. Here's Chris Evans, Casey Porter, Phil Nichols, and Craig Fleck.
And that was the tail end of today's national anthem performed by the Guymon High School Marching Band. Welcome back, Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show. And as we get set for week 10, the final game of the regular season, and the Blue Jays need a little bit of win here. It's not getting it. If they win, they're in the playoffs no matter what. They could lose, but Piedmont would have to lose to McGinnis as well to get the Jays into the playoffs. But take care of business here in Guymon, controlling your own destiny.
Yeah, obviously you mentioned that, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to leave it up to making sure that Piedmont doesn't beat McGinnis and that kind of thing. You don't want to have to scoreboard watch at all tonight. You just take care of your business. You do what you're supposed to do, and none of that will matter from a Blue Jay perspective. The last 2 weeks, defeating Piedmont at home a couple of weeks ago with the 5 pick-sixes, and then capitalizing on that and moving forward with the momentum with last week's victory on the road at Woodward. And senior night for them. 2 senior nights in a row here in western Oklahoma, this time in the Panhandle. You've done that for yourself.
Yes.
You know, we've mentioned this has basically been playoff football for Guthrie since week 5. And since then, Guthrie has only lost 1 game. So that makes you feel good about the way that this team is rallying, setting up for the postseason next week, more than likely at Ardmore. If you win tonight, if you take care of business, something that obviously everybody in Blue Jay Nation is looking forward to.
I just assume the Blue Jays shock the world next week and beat Ardmore and have to go to Coweta for round 2. That way we just have Woodward, Guymon, Ardmore, and Coweta 4 road games in a row.
And, you know, of course, we're getting ahead of ourselves, and you have to win tonight, and then everything. If you win tonight, obviously we just said it, everything falls into place if you don't. First of all, you have to make the playoffs, which Guthrie's a favorite to do this week. And then if you win that first round game, like I said, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but if you do go to Ardmore and defeat what we think is the second best team in 5A on their home field, then I think your second round game is a game that you might even be favored in.
Yeah.
So it sets up to where if you get some momentum tonight, you know, you never know in a postseason setting. Ardmore likes to run the ball. Kelly Beebe, his defenses are vaunted for stopping the run. You never know. You put yourself in that position, you play the game, you see what happens.
Go ahead and give this programming note ahead right now. We are here in Guymon, Oklahoma. We have AT&T service. We have Verizon service. So we hope to keep a consistent signal. If it's interrupted, it'll come back eventually.
Yep.
So it's completely out of our control as far as the bandwidth is concerned. Always when we're at home, we have great internet, but on the road, especially here in Guymon, it's going to be touch and go. So if it interrupts, please stay with us both on audio and video. And if you're listening to this broadcast on the Guthrie News Page mobile app or on the TuneIn app, we are streaming this game worldwide on Guthrie News Page Facebook. And you can please, if you're there, please share that and let everybody know that we are streaming this game on Facebook and not YouTube because of bandwidth issues. So, again, please be patient with us on the stream. If it interrupts, stay patient. It will eventually come back.
Yeah, and that's the best we can do.
That's
and
all
you're
we can
talking
do,
about being 4 hours away from home, 4.5 hours away from home, and You're talking about a lot of digital and wireless equipment and all this. We're going to do our best for you to bring this to you so you can sit around and watch on whatever device, your phone, your tablet, maybe your laptop. Maybe you even have something hooked into your big screen through a laptop into your big screen TV or whatever. But if it goes off, like you said, if it's not quite the quality you're used to, it's the best we can do.
Yep.
It's better than nothing, obviously. And we certainly appreciate everybody who's tuned in to us.
You can also watch and listen on your computer. Plus, we made the trip, so anyway. Hey, Phil Nichols, bring you in real quick, but I saw you talking to the official, and he brought any points down there?
Well, I'll tell you something pretty interesting, a little bit of information. This crew has been officiating together for 20 years, and this is their last ball game. They're retiring.
Wow.
And, they may get a pick, obviously a playoff game, but their last regular season game is tonight, and he just shared that with me, and it was pretty interesting. He said, we all have been lifelong friends, all grew up in this area, all from around the Hooker area, and said they're the only crew in this part of the state. And he said, we said years ago that it wasn't any fun anymore, we'd quit doing it, and he said, we're quitting doing it.
No.
So I don't know exactly what that all entails, but he also did tell me that they took a stand this year and said as a crew, if they ever saw a player kneel, they were walking off the field. So it was, I think there might be some of that too. So it's just, we're just talking about how much has changed and the differences. And so, but 20 years is a long time to call football. He said they called all the junior high, high school, a lot of the little league games out here. So just, that's a big void. I asked if they had any officials coming up, and he said no. So he said a lot of the crews will be coming out of the city or, from that area to cover the game. So it's a big difference.
Two things, this officiating crew out of Hooker, Oklahoma. And don't forget, Phil, Grandma Ashlock is watching this webcast, so you better be looking at the camera. You've been
Hi, Grandma.
Not looking at the camera.
Staring right at it. She's going to have her 97th birthday, November 23rd. Grandma Ashlock.
Awesome. Happy birthday,
Still
Grandma.
whip all of us. She reminds me of that every time I go home.
Well, we are waiting the Guymon Tigers to come onto the field. We're waiting the Blue Jays to come onto the field here. And while we got a few moments here, let's go ahead and dive into our Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the game here. We'll let you lead things off, Phil, as the Blue Jays got to the football gridiron about the same time we did today, about around 4:45.
Yeah, we left Wednesday night, got here about 4:45. But no, we.
How was the flight in, Phil?
Flight was good. Our pilot was a little touch and go. Didn't pay real good attention to what was out ahead of him, but. No, it was a good trip out, and always a lot of fun traveling with you guys. But, keys to the game for me is stay healthy and protect the ball. And, I think we all know the Jays should get out of here with a W tonight if they don't turn the ball over and they and then, of course, to me, stay healthy and get ready for a playoff run. So nothing real complicated about tonight. Just play Guthrie football, hard, tough, smash-mouth football, and stay healthy. No turnovers.
One more thing to add to your story about the officiating tonight. Whenever we came here last spring for baseball and 2 springs before that, they've actually gotten their umpires out of the Amarillo Association. And they actually have to pay them an extra $200 just to come out here. So it is very, very expensive for Guymon to find officials.
Yeah, it's and that's what they were saying. They said it's a pretty big deal out here. Of course, we don't think about those kind of problems being around a metropolitan area, but it's a real-world problem financially for the schools out in this area.
Yep, it is.
Casey, your Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to your game for the Blue Jays?
I think Guthrie, being a favorite tonight and playing well the last 2 weeks, Guthrie's going to want to put in some scheme and work on some scheme that they think will be successful a week from tonight against Ardmore. Now, obviously, we said that you can't look ahead. Nobody can. It's high school athletics, it's amateur, or at any level. Guymon is good enough to defeat you. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is I think as the game goes on, I think Guthrie has a few new wrinkles that they're going to want to look at, maybe practice a little bit, try to work some things out going into next week, because I think next week, if you make it that far against Ardmore, you're going to have a little more offense in than you've shown on film all year. So I think that's the type of game that you're going to see from this Guthrie offense. And obviously defensively, it's kind of a bonus because Guymon this year with the new coaching staff has gone to that flex bone. We've seen it several times with Altus. Ardmore runs it. Ardmore's more now this year. They're not totally flex bone. Ardmore's a lot of wishbone and then some wing type stuff with a lot of pitch option. So it's not total flex bone, but I think seeing that tonight's going to help Guthrie prepare.
And now we are ready for our pregame segment here. And Phil, is your mic on? We're going to make sure. Okay, it is on. Okay, we are not picking that up. So Blue Jay captains for the Jays, number 1, Isaac Lewis, number 5, Gavin Bryson, number 24, Dane Jenkins, and number 25 is Troy Branson.
I think if we could get on the other side of the referee, we'd have a clear shot at it. There you go.
Is heads. You want to receive? Which end would you like to kick from? Yeah.
Guymon wins the toss. And Blue Jays, we're having some problems there, guys, with Mike. I guess where we're at down this bowl, it's really important that I follow Grandma Ashlock's rules.
Yeah, this is our second or third time here to Guymon. We've always had issues with the wireless equipment because of a nearby airport, and then we're kind of down in the middle here. So, Casey, did you see what everything was? I think Guymon's receiving the football. Is that right, Phil?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Okay, I think that's the way I saw it. Real quickly, let's finish up with our Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the game. We'll go over to Craig Fleck.
Well, I think tonight the biggest test for the Blue Jays is this is a test of maturity. You've been on long trips the last 3 out of 4 weeks. You're pretty much already in the playoffs. You can't improve your spot. Yeah. There's not a lot to play for tonight. Do the Blue Jays still go out, lay it on the line, and get out early in this ball game, or do they kind of lollygag, foam this one in after a couple really long road trips? This is a big test of maturity from what we see out of the Blue Jays.
Lollygag? You don't want to be lollygaggers, is that right?
Absolutely. Hey, one of my favorite all-time movies.
Yeah. That is the Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the ball game. We'll have our Eskridge Chevrolet's key to the second half after halftime, and quickly go downstairs with Phil Nichols with tonight's Mercy Health Report. He's getting some final instructions down there from Coach, but Phil, Mercy Health Report.
Yeah, nothing new to report. I've been scanning the field. I do not see senior Dylan Dollar suited up, so I assume Dylan's still in concussion protocol. So other than that, I think the Blue Jays are ready to go.
And no Marcel Owens tonight.
Marcel Owens is not playing tonight for whatever reason.
And the Guymon Tigers make their way onto the field in front of their home fans. It is senior night for the Guymon Tigers. Blue Jays on across the far side. We ran into a few construction.
It's easy for you to say.
What was that? Construction on the way up here. Not
too
bad, though.
Yeah, between Watonga and Woodward, there's quite a bit of construction. So.
Guymon Tigers all black uniforms highlighted in orange, as you see on the screen if you're watching this live on Guthrie News page Facebook. Blue Jay uniform combination, silver, white, gray. Silver helmets, blue mask, blue G, blue face mask, blue numbers, white jerseys, and then the gray pants. Good news is next year, 3 of the last 4 ball games will be at home when Lawton, Woodward, and Guymon come to beautiful Gelsma Stadium as the schedule flip-flops. Of course, we would begin the season at home as well against the Enid Plainsmen.
It has been a long road, and I mentioned it last week. If Guthrie does indeed go ahead and win tonight, make the playoffs, go to Ardmore next week like we're anticipating, that would be 1,200 miles of travel in 3 weeks. You could drive to Los Angeles, California in 1,200 miles. That's how much the Guthrie Blue Jays will have traveled down the stretch of this season.
That does not include the game in Lawton a few weeks ago. Again, we are not on the radio station as many of you listening right now. If you're trying to get in your car a little bit later on, we will not be on 937 this week or next week due to Oklahoma State basketball. They are starting to play basketball games and exhibitions and all that good stuff. So hopefully in round 2 of the playoffs, if the Jays can advance that, we'll be back on 93.7. But the next 2 weeks, we will not have a radio broadcast. But, hey, we got the radio feed on Guthrie Radio. And then we have the video feed as well. Kevin Roach with the pictures of this ball game as the Blue Jays will spread across the 36-yard line. Vargas will be kicking right to left for the Blue Jays on your screen or radio dial.
Chris, you ready?
Let's do it.
Phil, you ready?
Ready.
Here come your Men in Black kickoff style. Let's get it on.
David Vargas approaches the football. We're underway as he angles it to the left side. And did it get through the end zone? It did not. That will draw the flag, and the Guymon Tigers will have it first down and 10 here on senior night for the Guymon Tigers.
Bit of an ominous start for the Blue Jays. A penalty on the very first kickoff of the game, kicking the ball out of bounds, obviously trying to angle kick it. And we mentioned all of those kind of things that next week you're going to want to do at Ardmore. Obviously, you don't look ahead. You can't look ahead. The Blue Jays aren't talented enough to do that. But when you look at all the little things you would have to do to make a run in the playoffs, angle kicks, sky kicks, all those little things are the types of things that you're going to need to be able to do.
David Vargas almost got that one into the end zone, but just went left of the pylon. So here come the Guymon Tigers, line up with 2 receivers, 1 to each side. Man in the slot on the far side as well. Quarterback, pistol formation. First down and 10 from the 35-yard line, ball center of the field. Guymon look to throw. Here comes the pressure on the left side. Pass incomplete on the left side as Dane Jenkins and Campbell Leach apply the pressure to the quarterback, forcing the pass before he wanted to. Incomplete. Second down 10. Good pressure on the first play.
And you see the flex bone with the 2 slots on each side, and usually you see those guys and they look more like running backs. Guymon's going to use them more as you see them lined up more like wide receivers where they can release down the field and catch the ball. So it's more like a 2x2 type set than it is, a 3-back set like most flex bones are.
Look, that's number 12 quarterback Jacob Santos. Looks to throw on the second play, goes to the far side. This one's cut. Couple of yard pickup and now out to the 40-yard line. So it's a pickup of 5 yards. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 upcoming. Number 82 on the reception. Well, we don't have 82 on our roster, but 82 on the reception. Eric Silva with the reception.
Basically, it's a 2x2, 10 personnel. When I say 10 personnel, 1 back, no tight ends. And in essence, what this would be to the Guthrie secondary is 4 wide receivers. So this is something Guthrie sees every day in practice.
Terrence Bibbs on the tackle. Makes it 3rd down and 5 from the 40. Ball's on the far hash mark from the Blue Jay bench. Santos takes the shotgun snap. Has time to throw, steps up in the pocket. Throws it last second wide open at midfield was the intended receiver, but Santos throws it from behind. It's an incomplete pass. That would have been a big play for Guymon. Instead, their punting team will come onto the field. So the Blue Jay defense holds Guymon 3 and out on the first offensive drive.
Guymon having a really good soccer team, you would expect them to have good kickers. So you would think at least early on this game, they would try to punt the ball, play the field position, try to play a little bit of defense, and win the game from that perspective. We'll see as the game goes on if they can't stop the Guthrie offense, if they elect just to go for it on every 4th down. There's a good punt.
And that one will go out of bounds right in front of Isaac Lewis. And so here comes the Blue Jay offense, Casey. Had a great week last week between the duo of Jackson Waddell and Gavin Bryce in the 1-2 punch as they were able to hit the Woodward defense early and often.
And a lot of it was that where you just kind of fake that stretch play. You ride it, and Jackson reads that defensive end. And if he reads where the defensive end is stretched out with the stretch play, he just keeps it and runs it right back up underneath it. So that little package where Jackson and Gavin work off of each other, that's been very good.
35-yard punt, 1st down and 10 for the Blue Jays from their own 25-yard line. 11:01 to play in the first quarter. Jays fumbling on the first play. Ball still loose as Guymon had 2 or 3 players that could have easily scooped it up. Jackson just assumed they were, and then they squirted the ball free again, and then Jackson pounces on it, and now it's just a 4-yard loss, which could have been a nightmarish turnover.
Yep, very lucky that Jackson Waddell was headsy enough to jump back on it. Very lucky that the Guymon Tigers, I don't know how they didn't jump on that. That's amazing.
So it's a loss of 4. 2nd down and 14 for the Jays. Handoff Gavin Bryson, right side, gets across the 25, the original line of scrimmage. Still fighting for yards, and they're going to give him about the 25. So they get the lost yardage on the previous play, but now it's going to be a 3rd down play, and we'll call it 10.
And if you remember 2 years ago, the last time the Blue Jays were on this very facility led by Zane Maltz at quarterback, the Guymon Tigers actually had a lead in that game to end the first quarter. So this is a program, the numbers haven't looked pretty all year, but trust me, on this facility out here in the Panhandle of Oklahoma, anything can happen. You got to play your best.
Guymon was 3 and out. Jay's offense trying not to do the same thing here. 3rd down and 10. Jackson rolling, looking to throw for the first time. Plants the feet, throws a fastball. Caught at the 35. First down to the 40, to the 45. Brody Hinkle out to the 48-yard line. Big pickup for the Blue Jays. They'll mark him at the 49. Brody Hinkle and the Jays have a 1st down and 10.
Yeah, and I don't want to call Brody Hinkle a possession receiver because he's a better athlete than that. He's a better route runner. But I'll tell you what he is. He has absolute sure hands. If you put the ball on him in the right spot and he's supposed to catch it, he does.
24-yard reception for Brody Hinkle, and he's on your baseball squad.
Yep, and very sure-handed.
Yes.
A great kid. He shows up every day. He's the type of kid that you love to build your program around.
Little left-hander.
Yep.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver to the near side. First down and 10. Jackson Waddell with Gavin on his left side. Jackson, little read pass option, finds Isaac Lewis at the Guymon 45, moves it to the 40. It's a 12-yard pickup, and boy, that play looks like you see on every Saturday afternoon.
The RPO. You remember me talking about that stretch play that Guthrie ran last week where Jackson was reading that defensive end. Now they've added that third element to it, the pass option off of it, where you're reading now a drop player. If he comes up to play run, you just dump off a simple little pop pass.
Playbook getting a little bit thicker for the Jays as hand off to Gavin, stretching it to the near side, and he'll run out of bounds. It started at the 39. They'll push him out around the 37, maybe the 36. Just a small pickup of 2 yards. And Gavin Bryson entering the ball game, needing around 114, 115, 116 yards to go over 1,000 yards rushing.
Yep, he's had a great year, and they call those RPOs. In essence, all it is old school triple option football, meaning Jackson can either give it, he can keep it, or he can throw it. It's a 3-option play, much like the old triple option football.
Jackson,
remember,
to the far side, wanting to throw it, throws it last second, simply threw that one out of bounds. Nothing there. Did a good job of throwing that one away. Incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Just joined us here. 8:55 to play in the first quarter. Guymon took the football first. They went 3 and out, and Blue Jays have picked up 2 first downs. They're 1 for 1 on 3rd down attempts. Brody Hinkle had a 24-yard reception on this drive. Guthrie need another big play here on 3rd down and 7. You assume 4-down territory.
You would assume with the plus field position that the Blue Jays have right now as we speak, this would certainly be plus field position. Plus, you'd feel like you'd get it.
3 receivers in a formation now. Hinkle into motion, left to right. Jackson rolls to the right. Has plenty of time to throw, wide open. Caught at the 25, moving his way to the 22-yard line is going to be number 16, Gabe Gonzales, the 5'11 senior, and the Blue Jays pick up another first down through the passing game.
Yeah, you stretch the field out, you make him stretch it horizontally with your running game with that little stretch look, and then you stretch it vertically with those little pop passes, and now you're just running down the field and settling in the middle of the zone, and you're executing. Great offense.
14-yard pickup for Gonzales. Now there's Gavin on the left side as he'll get up to the 15-yard line, and it's a 5-yard pickup and Phil. The Blue Jays moving the football here in the red zone. We'll get Phil's headsets worked out here in a second.
One way that you get very successful in the red zone is you continue to spread that defense out. As they want to come up and play a little more press coverage, you can still you still spread them out horizontally, as you see with the tight end and 3 receivers as Blue Jays have on this play.
2nd and 4, Jackson up the middle, first down and more. Fumbles the football in the end zone, and it's the back of the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback, and the Blue Jays turn it over on what looked like was going to be a touchdown. Jackson was able to hold on to the football, and Phil, you were right there. Just tough luck. Jackson fighting to get those extra yards, coughs it up.
Guymon, it's going to be Guymon's ball on the 20-yard line.
Well, that is disappointing. You almost lost a fumble on the second play of the drive. Then looks like you're going in. I mentioned scoring in the red zone as the defense likes to shrink the field and play a little tighter on your receivers. You can still spread them horizontally, which the Blue Jays did with the trips to the near side, then a tight end to the other. Then once you do that, then you run right back up underneath them. With a quarterback like Jackson Waddell did that great. He just didn't hold on to the ball.
So Guymon with the touchback takes over at the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Santos under center for the first time here in this one as they take their 4th offensive snap. Turns around, keeps it as he goes to across the 25 up to the 28-yard line. About an 8-yard pickup for the Tigers.
Now we saw the passing element of this Tiger offense and how they can use those 2 slot backs in this flex bone to release for passes and actually have a 4-receiver route. Now we've seen how this offense, the flex bone, can go back to being that power type offense that we're used to seeing it executed with.
So the 8-yard pickup brings up 2nd down and 2 at the 28. Balls on the far hash mark. 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near side. Blue Jay 5-man front. Santos under center. 1 back behind him directly. Man in the motion. They hand it off to him, and not going to go anywhere, but does maybe get to the 30-yard line. If he gets that spot, looks like he will get that spot by the far side official. It will be a Guymon first down, the first of the ball game.
That's big for them. Not only do they get 3 more plays, which is possibly a minute and a half to 2 minutes off the clock for them, they gain field position, and they gain momentum and confidence on a senior night. That's the last thing you want to do, is allow a team that's a heavy underdog to stick around in this game and gain confidence as the game goes on.
No doubt about that. Guymon just getting their first win last week, 9-6 over a not very good Northwest Classic
Bowling
team.
shoe ugly, but it still went down as a win, and you never know the next week how a team comes off for their first win on senior night, last game of the year.
First down and 10 for the Guymon Tigers. 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score. Santos looks to throw. Stepped up in the pocket after being forced out by the Jays, and he's going to be tackled from behind. Just a 2-3 yard pickup. Whitfield on the tackle for the Jays, and it'll bring up second down, and we'll call it 6.
Santos is not going to run away from this Blue Jay defense, but he is slithered enough to do exactly what he did on that play when he realizes everything's shut down in the passing game. Just kind of slither through that rush, get into the second level, and then dive forward for a good gain on first down to make it second down and 6 or 7 to stay ahead of the chains.
Trent Scannell, Dane Jenkins, Campbell Leach on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Scannell in the middle at nose guard. Second down, we'll call it 6 for the Guymon Tigers. They'll pitch to the running back at the 30 to the 34-yard line and gets back to the line of scrimmage. So no pickup there. Third down and 7, 6:09, 6:08 to play in the first quarter. No score, Jays and Tigers.
Unless you are extremely, extremely athletic. Typically speaking, triple option, pitch option football is not very successful against a Kelly Beebe defense because it's a dive quarterback pitch concept, something this defense is built off of.
Woodward learned that last week.
Yep.
Third down and 6 for the Tigers. Ball's in the center of the field at the Tiger 35-yard line. They need just beyond the 40. Man in the motion. They toss it to the man in motion. Leach gets in the backfield and a missed tackle, but Dane Jenkins fills the hole up quickly at the 34-yard line. Loss of 1 on the play, and Guymon may have to punt for the second time as they do bring on their punter, number 1, Javier Medina, and the Jays avoid the turnover.
Yeah. If you look at Santos on the sideline, walking off right here, getting ready to come sit down, grabbing him a bottle of water, he is absolutely livid. Did not like that play call. He's made a couple of good plays and wanted to have a chance to make a play on third down. Didn't feel like he had the opportunity.
C.J. Ward fumbles it, picks it up at the 32, splits to a couple of defenders, gets to the 35, and they will bring down C.J. Ward, and he gets to the 36-yard line. And so the Blue Jays get their second crack at this Guymon defense. The Jays moved it up and down the field, Casey, but then the turnover in the back of the end zone gave the Guymon football right back.
I apologize for saying that. I'm gun shy. Guthrie obviously with 2 fumbles already tonight, and then I saw a Guymon player jump in right the last second as if he saw a ball on the ground, so I apologize for that. But yes, a good first offensive possession, fumbled the ball away, but you need to take the lead in this game to take the starch away from this underdog Guymon team.
Kevin runs on the right side where the tight ends are at 40-45. Almost was going to go to the house, but got tied up at the feet as he gets to midfield. A 14-yard pickup for the senior running back Gavin Bryson.
And he's had such a great year. And again, like I said, you stretch him out with 3 receivers in this formation, and you come back up underneath them. You pull a guard like you're doing here in the left guard, get back up underneath in that power game, and then you have an RPO off of it. It's great offense.
2-yard pickup here for the Blue Jays. Gavin Bryson on the call, 2 yards officially, so it'll bring up a second down play. Getting a report from Bishop McGinnis, the talented running back for Piedmont, Dominic Richardson, is down with an injury. Not sure on the severity of it, but been told does not look good. Gavin across the 45 to the 43-yard line on second down and 8. Blue Jays will have a manageable third down play upcoming. Third down and 2. Under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score between the Jays and Tigers.
Old school veer football. I don't know exactly what the terminology is nowadays, but to me that's just old school triple option veer football where you hand that thing right up the middle. You hope that play side defensive end crashes. If he does, the quarterback keeps it and you get a good gain.
Blue Jays will run for the first down, and they will get it as they get to the 35-yard line. Needed the 40, so plenty of yards for the first down. Again, we are streaming this game worldwide on Guthrie News page, Facebook Live. And again, stay if it stutters on you, if it interrupts, stay with it. Eventually lead it here. We're working with Verizon and AT&T, trying to give you the best signal we can.
I don't think it stuttered yet, has it?
Just a small stutter, yeah. First down and 10 for the Blue Jays, trying to get on the board first. Options off to Gavin Bryson, has room to run. 35, cuts it to the 30, to the 25, leans across to the 24, maybe the 23-yard line. And the Blue Jays will continue to move the chains here. Nice, strong run there by Gavin.
Pretty much just a sweep play. They call that speed option. Everybody that I do from a terminology-wise perspective, they call that speed option, where you just attack that in and you pitch it real quick off of him, and you get your tailback to the edge faster than the defense can run them down. Good play.
12-yard run for Gavin. Gets it again here as he goes across the 20. Flag thrown to the 15. Cuts it to the 10, to the 5. Tackled at the 4-yard line. But the line judge throws the flag. Before that, Gavin had a 12-yard run. But we're going to have to see where this flag is. And that flag is thrown at the 20. That's exactly where Gavin was able to make his cut up. And we'll go downstairs to the officiating crew who are working their final game together. They're out of Hooker, Oklahoma. They have a shorter drive than we do.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat the down.
And you got to think, we talk about all the Eskridge Chevrolet keys of the game, the ones that we very rarely mention because they're obvious mistakes.
Yeah.
Really, the only way you're going to lose this game is to turn the ball over, have penalties that stop your drives, that get you behind the chains, that force you into even more mistakes. And we've seen Guthrie's run very good offense. They've played very good defense, but because of now 2 big mistakes, have not scored yet.
Back to the 29-yard line, first down and 17. Jackson throws it on the run. It's caught at the 20-yard line to the 15-yard line. And they needed 17. They were right close to it. My guy actually got 18 yards. If that's the case, Jays will get first down on a first down and 17 play as it's down at around the 14-yard line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. I think we have a timeout here by Guymon, and we do. We'll take a timeout with them. 2:40 to play in the first quarter. No score between the Jays and Tigers. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on Guthrie Radio.
I'm Mike Gundy, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. Your conduct is a direct reflection of you, your community, and your school. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Blue Jays had a great first drive, but fumbled it in the end zone. And Guymon took it back, but Blue Jay defense has been solid so far in this one. And now the Blue Jay offense trying to get some points on the board. Alongside Kevin Roach, Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck, Casey Porter, I'm Chris Evans. Appreciate you tuning in here on the video and audio of Guthrie Blue Jay football. Jackson Waddell, shotgun quarterback, pistol formation with Gavin Bryson behind him. First down and 10, handoff Gavin up the middle, nothing fancy but effective as he goes across the 10 to the 9-yard line, a 4-yard pickup for Gavin.
And here's the key. You move the ball up and down the field, especially in between the 20s. The key is, how do you get the ball in the end zone once that field shrinks and the defense can play a little more press and shrink the field on you?
Second down, 5 for the Jays, 2 receiver set. Number 5 gets it, Gavin cuts it at the 5 to the 2. Down to the 1, just shy of the goal line. Isaac Lewis wanted the touchdown. Does not get it by the line judge, and so the Jays will have a first down and goal at 2 minutes and rolling here in the first quarter. Can't get any closer than that, Case.
Just stay away from the bad snap, penalty, that kind of thing, and this one ought to be headed into the end zone.
Jackson takes the handoff, gives it to Gavin, tucks the shoulders, dips in, and it's a touchdown. Blue Jays on the scoreboard at the 1:54 mark. 6-0 lead, PAT upcoming.
Easy as can be. You overcame a big holding penalty on the rollout and pass from Jackson Waddell to Isaac Lewis. So you've shown the ability to march right up and down the field as long as you don't make mistakes. You've shown the ability to overcome mistakes. I think coming on the road 4.5 hours away, 5 hours away, the Blue Jays, as Craig said in his Esker Chevrolet Keys of the Game, have shown that maturity early in this game.
Snap, hold, kick, Kaufman, Waddell, Vargas. It's good. Blue Jays have a 7-0 lead. Timeout from Guymon. You're listening to Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
You step out of the storm shelter and your home has taken a direct hit. You went online and found a policy, but you can't remember who the carrier is. Now, your roof is torn off and your belongings are scattered all over the neighborhood. Where are you going to stay tonight? How do you begin the process of cleaning up? Terra Insure Group is Guthrie's local one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. The agents at TIG all live within this community and will be there after the sale when you need them the most. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by our offices at 2403 South Division across from the Beacon Drive-In.
When it comes to Guthrie Blue Jay Athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
David Vargas kicks right to left, and it will go into the end zone, and the Tigers will have a first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Well, the Blue Jays go 64 yards on 9 plays. Gavin Bryson picked up a big chunk of those yards, and he goes into the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown run. Guthrie needed 3 minutes and 1 second to take the drive into the end zone. And so now with 1:54 to play in the first quarter, Jays have a 7-0 lead. And that, of course, is brought to you by the John Vance Motors Auto Group.
Good offense. You had a good kickoff, good kick cover. And now you're trying to complete that circuit again, all 3 phases of the game. Defense and offense, special teams, now defense again.
Santos, the quarterback, underneath the center. He's been shotgun and under center about 50-50. Throws it downfield on the far side, has a man wide open, and it's almost caught at midfield. If it is brought in, it's probably an easy 6 points for the Guymon Tigers. Instead it's incomplete. Excuse me, I didn't plug in Phil there, so now it might work. So with the incomplete pass, second down and 10. By the way, Gavin Bryson, 10 carries for 59 yards. As the Tigers have 3 receivers, 2 to the near side, working on Phil's microphone. I think we got that one figured out, hopefully, here, rest of the way. Get Phil's thoughts on the field as he makes his way down there. As we got Tigers move it up to the 23-yard line. That's one of the things about our broadcast is not only do we do the play-by-play, but we've got to be
all the engineering.
on-site engineering as well.
Yeah, boy, and that first down play, sometimes you got to be lucky because you expect that flex bone to run the ball, try to stay ahead of the chains, because they know if they incomplete one on first down, make it 2nd and 10, it'll be almost impossible for them to overcome. So then instead, they play action and go deep. You're not expecting it. They get behind you. Sometimes you just got to get lucky and hope that they don't complete the pass, which they did not.
Guymon takes a timeout. We will leave it here with 1:21 to play in the first quarter. Guthrie on top 7-0. Some of the games to in 5A football tonight. Ardmore is at Lawton MacArthur. Really means nothing as Ardmore is the district champions. Altus finished the second. Dale City last night defeated Southeast, so they will be the number 3 team. Lawton Mac will be the number 4 team in 5A1. And 5A2, it looks like Carl Albert 1, McGinnis 2, Lawton Ike 3. Guthrie, if they should hold on, would be the 4 seed. So, Phil, get your thoughts here. It would be first-round matchups of Guthrie at Ardmore, Lawton Ike at Altus, Lawton Mac at Carl Albert, Dell City at McGinnis. And don't think we're picking up Phil again. Casey, your thoughts real quick. Oh, we'll get to that here in just a second as we resume action. 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. 2 receivers in the formation. Santos wants to throw. Throws it at the 35. It's incomplete. Should have been caught. Instead, Then Jays had a shot at the interception, but it falls incomplete. So Tigers will have a 4th down play upcoming. 1:17 to go, but be an interesting playoff scenario there.
It will be.
Del City McGinnis will be playing for the 3rd time.
And that's always been a game where Del City's played McGinnis pretty good in the regular season. Did not matched up very well in the postseason. We'll see how that works out this year.
4th down and 6. Here's another punt by Javier Medina. And Isaac Lewis backs up to his 35-yard line on the far sideline. Gets to the 40, inside the numbers, and down at the 43-yard line. So Guthrie takes over with 1:05 in the first quarter from their own 43-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. Mentioned earlier, Gavin Bryson, 10 carries for 59 yards. He has the 1 touchdown for the Blue Jays. Jackson, 3 carries for 16 yards.
Might get a field report from Phil just to see how that thing's working here in just a minute. But that Guymon defense has not really shown the ability to stop this Blue Jay offense. The only thing that has stopped Guthrie offensively has been the 1 turnover from Jackson Waddell.
Guymon, 23 yards of offense. Guthrie right now with 142 yards of offense. 1st down and 10 from the 43. Ball's on the far hash mark. Jackson, screen pass caught by Isaac behind the line of scrimmage. Back playing to the 35. 1 defender misses, but the 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th will bring him down at the 35. It's an 8-yard loss.
One thing that you can do if the other team has you out-athleted, like Guthrie has Guymon out-athleted, is you play leverage, and that's exactly what Guymon did on that play. You stay inside, you make your guy run back to where the rest of the defense is at, and then you gang tackle. And that's exactly what Guymon did on that 1st down play.
Blue Jays check the sideline with offensive coordinator Coach Scott Mick. 3 receivers in the formation, 2 to the far side. Ball's on the near hash mark, 2nd down and 18. Option play, Gavin gets it at the 35 to the 40, 45, and just out of bounds at the 49-yard line. So a good chunk of yards there on a 2nd down and 18 play.
And Guymon, you can tell they have not seen a whole lot of option football in this season because they had absolutely no safety presence on that pitch play. The safety is who's supposed to have that pitch with Gavin Bryson, and they had absolutely no alley force with their safety, and because of that, Gavin was able to get 10 yards before he was touched.
13 of yards at the end of the run, so it's 3rd down and 5 for the Blue Jays from their own 48. Jackson wants to throw it far side. Is it caught at the 45? It is caught at the 45-yard line. Phil, that was right in front of you. What a catch.
That was an outstanding catch by Isaac. He had to come back for it, stretch out, all hands, beautiful catch.
Isaac Lewis with a big catch of 7 yards, but it's 2 yards more than what they needed for the 1st down. So now 3 receivers to the near side. Gavin on the left side of Jackson. Gavin up the middle, cross the 45 to the 40, bounces it to the outside, 35-30, sideline 25, and out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Gavin Bryson putting the Jays in the red zone again. The running game has been keeping the Jays going in this one, and it's a 27-yard pickup for Gavin.
You know, we've mentioned overcoming some mistakes in the first 2 drives, obviously a fumble and then a big penalty on the 2nd drive. And then this one, you had a 3rd down play that you had to make. So every play that Guthrie's had to make offensively to keep a drive going, they have been able to make to this point.
Jackson keeps it, left side, 20, cuts it to the 15, down at the 13-yard line. 3 seconds left in the first quarter, and that will end the first quarter. Blue Jays on top, 7-0, trying to go on top, 14-0, as we'll get set for second quarter action. Timeout from Guymon, Oklahoma. You're listening to Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Oh, Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football. We're all about Guthrie and the people who live here.
The customer service philosophies with the John Vance Auto Group are keyed on fixing it right the first time. Nobody likes to have a problem with their car. If they bring it in, they want it fixed. They want it fixed in a timely manner, and they want it fixed right the first time. And we think if we do that, that word spreads, and it has. Our service departments have a tremendous reputation.
John Vance Auto Group.
We get set for second quarter action. Blue Jays of Guthrie High School leading the Guymon Tigers by a score of 7-0. Blue Jays have a 2nd down and 4 play at the Guymon 13-yard line. Hunter Rainey in there. Hand off to Gavin, nothing up the middle, bounces to the outside. 1st down and more to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Gavin Bryson, his 2nd score of the night, and the Blue Jays up the lead now, 13-0.
I love that dart play, counter play, where you pull a tackle, you pull a guard, your running back looks like he's going one way. You have a team that's really flying to the ball because they know they have to because they don't have great foot speed. So the best way to defeat that, put a foot in the ground, cut it back up underneath all the pursuit. That's exactly what Gavin Bryson did on that counter, and there was nobody home on the backside of that play. Golden goal post.
Snap, hold. Kick is good. Jays have a 14-0 lead. 8 seconds into the second quarter. Timeout from Guymon. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years.
I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
David Vargas kicking off left to right. Tigers to receive the kick. David's 1 for 2 kicking it into the end zone. This one will not make it. It's returned from the 3. A little reverse at the 5 to the far side. 10, 15. Out to the 20-yard line and down in around the 23-yard line. So the Guymon Tigers will take over 1st down and 10. Tigers trying to get things going offensively. Only 23 yards of total offense. 5 of those coming through the air, 18 on the ground. So far, so good for the Blue Jay defense. Blue Jays go 57 yards on 6 plays. Gavin Bryson caps it off with a 13-yard touchdown run. Jays took 68 seconds off the scoreboard, scored on the first play of the second quarter. So now with 11:45 to play until the Golden Chick halftime show, Blue Jays have a 14-0 lead. Of course, that's brought to you by the John Vance Motors Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers from the 23. Handoff goes to the running back, and not much there as the Blue Jay defensive front stopped that one quickly. On the tackle, David Scott and Dominic Gooseby on the tackle for the Blue Jays. And Guymon, again, continues to struggle. They are 1 of 5 in the pass game for 5 carries. They now have rushed the football for 7 times for only 19 yards.
And here's where it becomes a slippery slope, because as you get down multiple scores, a team that likes to run the ball, do you panic? Do you hit the panic button, start to throw it every down, then the next thing you know, you're down 5 touchdowns if you do something like that, but yet if you keep running your offense like this, you're not getting 1st downs anyways.
Yeah.
So you're in a quandary if you're a play caller for Guymon.
2nd down and 9. Santos little handoff on the right side, and just another 1, maybe 2, perhaps 3 yards. Not much, though. And so the Tigers will have a 3rd down. We'll call it 5 to go. And just trying to get anything going here tonight.
And I would have to think you're getting to the point in the game, too. If you're Guymon, you've shown no ability to stop that Guthrie offense. I would think you're getting to the point now to where you're thinking about 4-down territory no matter where you're at on the field, because the only way you're going to stop Guthrie is if the Guthrie offense does not have the football.
Tigers 3rd down and 5 from the 28-yard line. Need just beyond the 33, closer to 6 yards needed here. Pitch goes into the backfield at the 20 to the 25 and makes one tackle miss, the second miss. There's a flag at the 30 and get to the 32-yard line. Still did not get the first down, but got more than what we were thinking there. We'll check the penalty and see if this one goes backwards.
You would think it would have to be a hold, and a lot of times when a running back tries for that extra yardage and or reverse this field, the defenders turn their back and run the opposite way.
5-yard face mask on the defense, add it to the end of the run. First down.
Shows you what I know. It's going to be a face mask, but great effort by on that pitch option play by the slot back for flex back, whatever you want to call him for Guymon. Breaking a couple of tackles, keeping the play alive enough for a big first down for the Guymon Tigers.
10-10 to play here in the second quarter. The Tigers pick up the first down. That's just their second first down of the ball game. Blue Jays have 9 if you're counting at home, and I know you are. First down and 10 for the Tigers. Ball's on the near hash mark in front of the Guymon bench. Here in Texas County, Santos, 9 seconds on the play clock, now goes underneath center. Looking at that Blue Jay 5-man front. Takes the snap with 3 on the play clock, drops back, going backwards, all the way back to the 25, throws a dangerous pass, and Cale Kaufman, did he come away with it? He did at the 40-yard line. Cale Kaufman with the second interception of the season. His first came in that victory over Piedmont, and he gets one on the road.
How many times, partner, Phil, you're on the field, you're right in front of you. How many times have you heard a coach say, as a quarterback, do not throw the ball late, back over the middle? Santos did. That's why you don't want to do that, right?
They say it every time, and it seems like most times they don't listen, Case.
Maybe that's that hard head, Phil Nichols.
Right.
First down and 10 for the Blue Jay offense. Isaac Lewis in the motion from left to right. They hand it off. Nope. Jackson keeps it. Good read. Makes a move. Gets to the 45 midfield. Look at speed. 45 to the far side. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Can he outrun him? 15, 10, 5. He can. Touchdown, Jackson Waddell. It's a big one for the Blue Jays, and they're back on the scoreboard.
And this is the exact kind of game that you wanted to see if you're a Blue Jay fan. And Phil, we talked about the maturity of things, of the Blue Jays coming on the road this far away after a big win a week ago, and I think this Blue Jay team, as Craig mentioned, the Esker Chevrolet keys to the game, have shown a lot of maturity in this first half.
They really have. They've came out, they're playing, they had an early turnover, but I'll tell you what, that was a great effort by Jackson. I mean, he could have easily stepped out of bounds there. Guy all over him, fought him off, got in the end zone. It was a great effort play.
59-yard run for Jackson Waddell, and he showed some speed with that as well.
Did.
Vargas is on for the PAT. It's up, and it is good. Jays on top, 21-0. 9:29 to play until the Golden Chick halftime show. Timeout from Guymon. This is Guthrie Blue on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
Blue Jay running game at it again for the second week in a row. We'll talk about that here in a second. It's David Vargas, a busy kicker here tonight, kicks this one off. This one fielded at the 9-yard line, fumbled, then picked up. Center of the field to the 10, out to the 15, and down at the 16-yard line. Before that Blue Jay defense comes onto the field, John Vance Motor scoring summary. Jays go one play, simply 59 yards. Jackson Waddell with a long touchdown run. Took him 11 seconds to do it. And so with now 9 minutes and 22 seconds to play till halftime, Blue Jays 21, Guymon 0. That's your John Vance Motor scoring summary. And as impressive as the running game has been, Phil, the Blue Jay defense might be the story of this game.
Yeah, I mean, the defense has held Guymon to 35 total yards this first half, and it just came out playing great, just lights out.
Only 5 through the passing. And Guymon came out, Casey, wanting to throw the football.
They did, and now you're in a real quandary. You're down 3 scores. Do you come out and throw the ball and try to move the ball and get back in the game, risking the fact that if you throw incomplete passes, the clock stops and it can get completely sideways? Or do you come out and continue to run the offense, something that has not been successful? You know, so I mean, you're a senior night. You don't have anything to lose. What's the difference between losing 85-0 versus 21-0?
Yeah.
Senior night for a lot of these seniors, you know. I mean, you might as well throw it all in it. Throw the kitchen sink out there and see what you got and keep playing and try to throw the ball and see what you got. So you're just in a tough situation if you're calling plays for Guymon.
1 yard pickup, so 2nd down and 9 after that. I don't know if it was a missed snap or a quarterback sneak. I'm not sure what that was, but a 1 yard pickup. 2nd down and 9 from the 18-yard line. And he pitches at the last second, and then Cale Kaufman got another one. He did. I'm not sure if it was an interception or a fumble, but Cale Kaufman comes away with the second turnover on the second straight possession. It was a option.
Pitch.
It was a fumble, and Cale now has an interception, now a fumble recovery.
And I think he did catch the ball in the air, but since the ball was pitched backwards, obviously that's a lateral, and so that does not go down as a forward pass. It goes down as a fumble recovery instead. Great play, Cale Kaufman. Read that one from the start. You talk about that dive quarterback pitch concept that the Blue Jays play so well. You saw it perfectly on that defensive play.
From the 12-yard line, Justin Adams gets his first carry of the night. He goes across the 10 to the 9-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Good timing here for Coach Beebe and Coach Schmidt to get Justin Adams in a short field situation here.
No doubt.
3-yard pickup.
We mentioned on the Esker Chevrolet Keys of the Game, work on fine-tuning all the things you're going to need to do to go on the road and pull a big upset at Ardmore next week, and I think you've seen a lot of that. You've seen some RPO, you've seen some wide running, some running inside, you've seen Jackson running some.
There it is, run pass option, and Rainey cannot bring it in. It was a perfect read pass option there, but Parker Rainey, well, he was simply too wide open.
Yeah, and it hit him in the wrong part of his body, right?
Right in the hands.
Right in the middle of the hands. That's one that when Parker Rainey goes back on YouTube and watches Guthrie News page and the Guthrie, what do we call it, the Guthrie Sports Network, and watches the replay of this game, he's going to want that one back, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like, throw it again now. This play, Coach. Don't wait. Throw it to me now. I can't wait. 3rd down and 7. Guthrie can get one more first down inside the 5. Adams trying to do that. Will not do it, though, as he goes across the 10 to around the 8-yard line. So could be close to a 3rd down and 5 play upcoming for the Blue Jays. 7:50, 7:49 to play until halftime. Guthrie 21, Guymon 0. The field here at Guymon, obviously
half green, half white,
patchy out there, as you see on your screen. 4th down and 6. Jays will go for it, will not kick the field goal. Jackson Waddell throws it up, looking for the receiver on the far side. One-handed try. Did he come up? He did! Touchdown, Isaac Lewis on an outstanding catch. And Phil, it was right in front of you. That's a highlight play.
Yeah, big time, guys. That is a highlight reel. Isaac reached out one-handed, snagged that ball. It was an unbelievable catch.
That one will be worth watching on the replay of that one as Jackson threw it up for Isaac. Isaac basically went and got it and hauls it in for the score.
You saw that, Phil. Jackson threw that to a spot, not to Isaac, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He threw it to a spot, and Isaac beat his guy and went and got the ball. I mean, that was a tremendous effort play. Probably the best catch we've seen all year.
No doubt about that. Extra point is good. Guthrie on top, 28-0. Timeout from Guymon. This is the Blue Jay Sports Network.
If it has to do with cars, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, or boats, the Guthrie Tag Agency can do it all. Hello, friends. This is Chris Evans, the voice of the Guthrie Blue Jays, letting you know the Guthrie Tag Agency has a new, friendly staff that is trained and experienced and will help provide you with fast and accurate service. I know they help me with all my Pike Pass and car needs so I can follow the Blue Jays all over the state. Give them a call at 282-3873, open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 2105 South Division.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Isaac Lewis, perhaps the catch of the year for the Blue Jays, gives the Jays a 4-touchdown lead, 28-0. David Vargas this time with a sky kick, fielded at the 26-yard line, center field and down at the 30-yard line. Nice tackle there from the Blue Jays. 17 on the tackle. Dominic Gooseby, 5'10", 185-pound junior. Blue Jays go on a 13-yard drive. Remember, Kel Coffin with the fumble recovery, his second. He had an interception before that, and then Blue Jays need 4 plays to get into the end zone. 8-yard touchdown pass, Jackson Waddell to Isaac Lewis. That has been your John Vance Motors scoring summary.
Yeah, that's one of those deals we talk about on that fade pass. Jackson Waddell was not throwing it to Isaac. He was throwing it to a spot on the field and then letting Isaac adjust to the ball in the air, something that Lewis did very, very well for the touchdown catch.
1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 30-yard line. Santos, the quarterback, underneath there. It fumbles again to his fullback. Guthrie's back there, and I think they have it. Is it Dane Jenkins coming up with it? No, it's Campbell Leach coming up with the fumble recovery. And Guymon with their 3rd interception. The Blue Jays, Casey, have cashed in on the last 2. Can they do it here on this one?
Yep, and you've got to think at this point, obviously, Guymon hasn't been playing very well anyways, but for a team that's 1-8, it's senior night. They're not very good. They don't have any confidence. You got to feel like their spirit's getting ready to get broke pretty soon, if not already.
Phil, that's just a bad toss in the last 2 plays.
Yeah, just terrible ball control and ball protection. Quarterback's just throwing the ball on the field.
1st and 10 for the Blue Jays. Jackson Waddell, far side cut by the receiver, going across the 25-yard line to the 23. That's Kay Gugasberg, number 2 for the Blue Jays. And nice play on 1st down. 2nd down, we'll call it 6.
Yeah, and Phil, don't you kind of feel like, of course, Guthrie likes to be balanced like most teams do, but you get the feel that Guthrie has thrown the ball to set up the run tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, they've done a great job. Jackson's done a great job delivering it. Receivers done a great job receiving it.
Hand off to Gavin, and he's hit for a big loss. Back to the 25-yard line, loss of 3. Still manageable for the Jays. You would think, obviously, 4-down territory, but Guthrie will have a 3rd down. We'll call it 9 yards upcoming. 6:21 to play till halftime. Guthrie 28, Guymon 0.
This is now going to be the third and long situation for the Blue Jays. One was because of a penalty. Another one was because of a big play on a 2nd down by the Guymon defense on the 2nd drive. The Blue Jays have been able to overcome the first 2. We'll see what happens here.
Jackson wants to throw. He's 8 of 10 passing tonight. It's caught on the far side. It's a 1st down. Gugasberg again with back-to-back receptions going near the 15-yard line. Guthrie needed 9. They might get 9 yards and a quarter. It's going to be close to the 1st down marker regardless. Jays will go for it if it is 4th down, but that one is close. They might have to measure for that one.
If you can take a kid like Gugasberg, make him a threat for this offense, and just make everybody that watches film have to defend one more guy, that's a big factor when you're talking about defenses defending this offense.
This might be the shortest trip officials ever have to make to measure the football. I mean, it is literally on the sideline. We got a couple Blue Jay players in front of us, and it looks like they're going to be just a little bit short. How short are they, Phil?
They're about 4 inches, 4 to 6 inches short.
So that close. Put a debit card right in the middle of it.
Yeah, and anytime you have to snap it about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, that's one of the disadvantages of the shotgun. Anything and everything can happen. You know, you'd like to be able to get up under center, just run that quarterback sneak and get a couple of inches. It adds a little bit of a level of difficulty when you have to snap it back to a shotgun snap.
Jackson now 9 of 11 passing tonight, over 80 yards, officially 86 yards. Blue Jays now 280 yards of offense on 32 offensive snaps. Guymon only 24 yards of offense on 18 offensive snaps. So Jays obviously will go for it here on 4th down and less than a yard, about 4 to 6 inches here. Jackson Waddell, and we'll see. He hasn't been under center all year. I don't think so.
No, you wouldn't think. Of course, if you're ever going to work on it and see if you can do it, this would be the environment and setting to try it going into the postseason a week from tonight. But Blue Jays sticking with their standard shotgun snap.
Jackson keeps it left edge, first down, and slides like the shortstop that he is come springtime and summertime. And the Blue Jays will move the chains. 5:52 to play here until halftime. Again, Guthrie 28, Guymon 0.
Now Jackson, very intelligent player, obviously understood being a fourth down play. All you need is the first down. So once he realized he had the first down, went ahead and went down and slid and lived to see another day.
Need the first down in his health.
Yep, no doubt.
First down and 10, and before that one happens, we have whistle. The umpire blew the whistle. The Guthrie Blue Jays will have it at the 12-yard line. It's first down and 10. Referee puts it into motion. Play clock apparently never started, so now they got it going. And we're set to resume action here. First down, 10, man in the motion. Isaac Lewis, they fake it to him, hand it to Gavin on the right side. Gets to the 10-yard line and hit by 2 or 3 Guymon Tigers. And be a 1-yard pickup for the senior running back.
You see that all the time. Cam Newton made that play popular. That's that pop rocket play. We saw that with Lot Mack so many times throughout the years. They don't really run that offense anymore, but they used to 10, 15 years ago. You run that rocket play, then you hand it back right up underneath for that pop play with a pulling guard with the power. You can either make it power, ISO, blast, whatever you want to make it, but you run the rocket, then you run the pop back up underneath it. You stretch them wide, then you run it back right back up underneath.
Jackson Waddell, second down 9, option play. Gavin looks like he's going to have some room here. It quickly collapsed, though, good speed. But Gavin breaks a tackle at the 5 and gets into the end zone. What a run by senior Gavin Bryson, and the Jays increase the lead 34-0. I thought he was going to be hit for a loss, maybe a yard or two, but that move gets him into the end zone.
Well, you heard me say nope, because he did not outrun the pursuit to the edge, and then once you realized he didn't outrun the defense to the edge, you really thought he was going to get pinned up to the sideline. So what did he do? He put the left foot in the ground, went with the jump cut back to the inside, and then put the burst of speed on into the end zone. Golden goalpost, Blue Jays.
11-yard touchdown run for Gavin, his third touchdown of the night, and the snap and all that good stuff was just not on the same par between Coffin, Waddell, and Vargas. It's blocked, and score sticks at 34-0, 4:33 to play until halftime. Take a timeout. You're listening to Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
Looking to go inside Blue Jay athletics? Log on to GuthrieSportsPage.com and get all the information on all the Blue Jay events. GuthrieSportsPage.com is your source for all Blue Jay information. Visit the ever-growing SoundCloud page and listen to pre- and post-game interviews, player spotlights, and complete game recaps. GuthrieSportsPage.com provides a link to listen to the Blue Jays streaming live over the World Wide Web and has pre- and post-game stories for your reading enjoyment. GuthrieSportsPage.com, your source for all Blue Jay information.
This is Craig Fleck. Stay tuned after the break when Phil Nichols will join me for first half stats and more on the Golden Chick Halftime Show.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
David Vargas kick across the 20, pick up at the 16-yard line. Here comes the return. Big block on Gonzales. Meanwhile, the runner to the 20, 21-yard line. Nice tackle there for the Blue Jays. Who was that? Is that 34 for the Blue Jays? That's Mr. Cade Whitfield. Yeah. We said his name a few times. 9'5", 170-pound junior. Casey Porter knows that young man well.
Very well.
The Guthrie Blue Jays, after another turnover, they take advantage of that turnover. 26-yard drive on 6 plays. Gavin Bryson, third rushing touchdown. This one from 11 yards out gives the Jays a 34-0 lead. That's your John Vance Motor scoring summary. So Gavin Bryson, 11-yard touchdown run, a 13-yard touchdown run, and a 1-yard touchdown run.
Phil, when was the last time you saw an opposing starting quarterback return a kickoff?
Tonight.
Santos, quarterback, shotgun snap, throws it downfield, one-on-one, and it's incomplete. Flag is thrown, and that one might be going against the Blue Jay quarterback, C.J. Ward, wearing jersey number 26. They were kind of going both back and forth there for a second, Case.
It's the old dreaded underthrown deep ball, and anytime that happens, the Offensive player tries to come back up underneath. The defensive player can't react fast enough, and so you have contact. Defensive player impedes the progress of the receiver.
Pass interference on the defense, 15-yard penalty.
A lot of times you get that penalty you just saw. So not a bad play by C.J. Ward. Just it's a tough play to make, tough break.
Phil?
My player of the game right now is the White Hat. He's doing a great job.
Isn't he really?
Oh, it took 10 weeks, but he's all over it.
Well, we mentioned Matthew Santos, the starting quarterback for Guymon, returned that last kickoff, and he did what you can't do in a kickoff. He started running sideways. He ran about 45 yards to get one.
Ball moves to the 36-yard line, so it's first down and 10 after the penalty for the Blue Jays. Pretty clean football game defensively for the Jays. Out to the 40, bouncing it outside to the 42, down right there. Nice tackle there by the Blue Jays, and Hector Gooseby on the tackle. Blue Jay jersey number 10, 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. Pick up about 5 yards, maybe 6, so second down and 4 for the Tigers. 3:58 and rolling here in the third quarter. Guthrie on top, 34-0. Score in Midwest City. Pioneers 13, Bombers 6.
Oh my, wow, go Pioneers. Wow, that's outstanding.
Pioneers trying to get first in the district. Second down, and we'll call it officially 5 yards. Santos hands it off to the fullback and just 1 yard. So Guthrie defense holds there. See what they can do here on third down and 4 play.
We've mentioned several times the Blue Jays obviously have Guymon out-athleted, and a lot of times where you can tell when the other team has a good play and pops one, like the fullback popped one on that first down play, it looks like big yardage, and then all of a sudden it just closes down faster than the running back's expecting. That looked like a big play. Only went for 6 because of the foot speed factor.
Third down and 3 upcoming for the Tigers. They're at their own 43-yard line. They need between the 45 and 46. Blue Jays stack the defensive line. Little option play, little quarterback duck play. Gets to the 45, about a yard short of the first down. So the Blue Jay defense continue to tighten up here, but you certainly think Guymon would go for it here, Casey, on fourth down.
And if you're going to run the flex bun, you're going to run all those dive plays with your fullbacks and all of the counter action that you run. You got to run that quarterback duck because if they're going to key in on that fullback and they're going to fit up in that A gap and try to stop that dive, you got to be able to pull it and go one gap over if you're the quarterback and make him pay for it. Santos did set up a manageable fourth down.
Guymon has 31 yards of offense. They need 1 yard here for a first down. Quarterback under center, trying to get their fourth first down of the game. They hand it to the fullback. No, the quarterback keeps it, and he gets it easily as he gets to the 49-yard line. So Guymon with their fourth first down of the ball game. They are now 2 of 5 on third down try. Oh, excuse me, that was fourth down tries, so they're 1 of 1 on fourth down tries. Meanwhile, Guthrie 2 for 2 on fourth down tries.
Guymon has gone to this flex bone this year. It's a different offense, different coaching staff. Usually why you do it is because you have a guy like Santos who's so much better than everybody else in your team. You want to keep the ball in his hands every play and let him make every decision, something that he has done.
First down and 10 from midfield. The ball's in the center of the field. Tigers want to throw, but Santos better throw it away because he's being hounded by a couple Blue Jay linemen in there. Campbell Leach in on the quarterback pressure. Also, it looked like number 34, Cade Whitfield, was in there. So good pressure from both sides. Santos had to get rid of it, and he did. Brings up second down and 10, 1:44 to play till halftime. Stay tuned. Golden Chick halftime show. Got some great offensive numbers. We also got scores from around the state of Oklahoma. McGinnis and Piedmont playing tonight. Woodward is at Carl Loward. And we got some big 6A Division II scores we got to get to, including that Stillwater Midwest City game.
The debate on that play would be whether Santos was outside of the pocket or not, so he could throw it away.
Second down and 10. Toss goes, trying to get to the far side. Midfield, 45, and close out of bounds at the 40. Been on the spot. It looks like it's going to be good enough for Guymon's fifth first down of this first half. Again, Tigers have had a hard time getting yards-wise. They had 31, 35 yards before that run there. Now the Tigers got to worry about that clock. 1:31 to play until the break.
And that's really the first time they've just turned around and tossed it on a conventional sweep play, and they just try to outrun the Blue Jay defense to the edge. And they ran it to the field, which is the wide side of the field. Looks like a measurement here.
Be a little short, I think.
Yep, good eyes, partner. Good work, Roach. Big time stuff, Roach. That's good work.
Our words are one thing, but the pictures that we're able to bring now, they
don't lie.
Just a big difference in that one.
Last time you had a 4th down and short. You ran the duck play with your quarterback. Our video coordinator, Kevin Roach, on the good work, the video work, giving us the good look at that first down, or almost first down, now 3rd and short for Guymon.
And real quick, Casey, don't forget our sideline guy. Let him know how good he is, too. He's on mute, thank goodness. 3rd down and 1 for the Tigers. We'll call it 3rd down and about 5 inches. Little quarterback sneak, and they will have plenty. Just need about 5 inches, almost got 5 yards, so the Tigers will get a fresh set of downs.
We're all rooting for Stillwater against Midwest City.
Absolutely.
Would we be in agreement with that? The good news is that Stillwater is playing good, okay? The bad news is Midwest City is playing bad. Coach Bennett, Terry Bennett Jr. is at that game watching. Says that Midwest City is playing bad. Still just took the lead 14-13 over the Pioneers.
Appreciate that update. Coach Terry Bennett unable to make the trip with this. Santos looks to throw from the shotgun. Goes downfield on the near sideline. Goes down the middle. It's incomplete. Threw that one in double coverage. I like his chances a little bit one-on-one toward the boundary side, but instead goes in the center field, double team C.J. Ward and Gavin Bryson. Is that Gavin? I wouldn't think that's Gavin.
It was Cale Kaufman at the other safety spot. And the reason why you're able to bracket that receiver with 2 safeties is because if you looked, Richard Doolittle, from his defensive end spot number 9, actually went back into coverage from his defensive end spot on the other side. So that allowed both safeties to able to come over on this hash mark and double cover the deepest receiver in their zone.
Minute 4 till halftime. 2nd down and 10 from the Guthrie 36-yard line. This is deep as Guymon has got into Guthrie territory. Santos looks near side and throws it downfield. One-on-one coverage against CJ. It's incomplete. Over the head of the intended receiver.
Hector Gooseby, number 10, and Cale Kaufman, number 6, are your 2 safeties for the Blue Jays. Did we just have a malfunction?
Oh, power cable came out. We're good.
Your 2 safeties, good sophomore players for this Blue Jay team. Young men that are used to being successful, good players, good attitudes, good young men, players that you like to build a program around.
58.8 seconds left in the first half. Guymon trying to get on the board. Guthrie 34, Guymon 0. Little toss into the backfield. Lead blockers out in front. 35-30, 25-20, and pushed down at the 15-yard line. Cale Kaufman on the tackle, but not after about a 21-yard run for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's safety play again. That's one of those deals where as a defensive end, you got to stretch that thing and you got to make that running back run sideways longer than the Blue Jays were able to do. Then as a safety, you got to get downhill and fit that thing faster than the Blue Jays were able to do. Good play, Guymon.
Guthrie calls a timeout. We will keep it here with 51.5 seconds left to play. In the first half, it's been all Blue Jays. Guthrie had a 7-0 lead after quarter number 1 and has scored 27 points here in the second quarter. And the Blue Jays have mainly gotten it done with the running game. Gavin has a 1-yard touchdown run, has a 13-yard touchdown run, has an 11-yard touchdown run. Jackson Waddell has a 59-yard touchdown run. And then Jackson was able to spot Isaac Lewis in the end zone for an 8-yard one-handed grab, one of the best catches you'll see all season long. And that's exactly how we get to 34-0 here in the second quarter. With 51.5 seconds to go until halftime. Guymon with their best offensive drive by far here tonight. Guthrie trying to stop it here.
And it's been with a vertical passing, at least threat. They haven't completed one, but they've given the threat. And that's allowed them to then run that toss play. As the safeties are thinking deep pass, you run that toss play, and they're not up in the alley to stop it.
First down and 10 for the Tigers from the Guthrie 13-yard line. Santos fakes the toss, wants to throw, comes short, it's incomplete, and good coverage there by the Blue Jays. And Phil, also the Blue Jays have taken advantage of 3 Guymon turnovers and turn those into 20 points.
Yeah, Guymon sure hasn't helped themselves any of that with those turnovers. You know, it's getting windy down here. Of course, they're going with the wind right now, but I'll tell you, when you look at the flag down here, as beautiful as it is, it's whipping it's crazy down here in the end zone.
I hear the weather's beautiful in Guymon this time of year. Is that correct, Phil?
I just asked one of the young ladies in the band if she was cold. They got short sleeve shirts, and she goes, no. I took about 2 steps past, and she goes, what kind of question was that?
Second down and 10 for the Tigers from the 13-14 yard line. Santos has time, throws it with pressure into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Guymon on the scoreboard. Gives Santos credit there, Casey. He stayed in the pocket as it was collapsed and delivered a fastball for a touchdown.
Yep, seen Santos now for 3 years on both football and baseball. Has a good arm. He has a lot of what we call moxie to him, very patient. And he stood in a pocket that was collapsing very fast and stood in there like a man, not worried about getting hit. Delivered a great football to the middle of the field, so good for him.
The extra point is up, and it's blocked, no good, so the score sticks 34-6. Take a timeout with 41.6 seconds to play in the first half. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
This is the Golden Chick Halftime Show.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football. We're all about Guthrie and the people who live here.
It's all true started with looking at our competitors and watching some of this, what I call geeky advertising that is not true. Our it is true deal is the fact that when we tell you something, it's really true, everything we do. And the people that talk about us and the things that you're told by your neighbors, believe it, we do take care of our customers.
Guymon Tigers on the scoreboard here in Texas County. A long, long ways from home, sweet home in Guthrie, Oklahoma. But come up here for a win that would secure the Blue Jays playoff berth. It would be worth the trip up and the trip back. I keep telling myself it was not too bad of a trip up here as the Tigers kick off right to left. This one will be into the end zone over the head of C.J. Ward, and the Jays will have a first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And Blue Jays will probably just run this one, maybe 2 times to get into the locker room.
One of those halves where both teams, I think, are going to feel good about themselves going into the locker room. You say, well, if you're Guymon, you're down 34-6. How in the world would you go into a halftime locker room feeling good? I think that last score, being 1-8, heavy underdog, you figured the score is probably going to be like this. I think they're going to probably feel pretty successful getting that last score on the board. And obviously, the Blue Jays have played fantastic the entire half in all 3 phases of the game.
Blue Jays run it up the middle, getting to the 25-yard line, a 5-yard pickup for the Blue Jays. Is that Gavin Bryson trying to go over 1,000 yards rushing tonight. Real quick, a history lesson. The Jays will not have to take another snap, so we got 25 seconds of a history lesson brought to you by Craig Fleck. Mentioned here in Guymon, Oklahoma, Texas County.
Yes.
Texas County is the largest county by area.
Yeah, by area. That is correct. And you know, Oklahoma City is like number 5 in the country as far as the biggest cities in America by area. So lots of smaller schools around here, Balco and Beaver and Hooker and Boise City. And
is there a high school in Slapout?
Buffalo. Slapout does not have a high school. But
well, the Blue Jays are slapping this one around as they go into the locker room with a 34-6 halftime lead. A little bit slow at the beginning. It's 7-0 first quarter lead, but then the second quarter has been an eruption for the Blue Jay offense.
Well, you had the turnover on the first possession. That kept the score down somewhat in the first quarter, and then you have a Guymon team that got a couple of first downs that loves to run the ball, so the clock was running. So although you were dominating the game, you didn't necessarily have it on the scoreboard early on in the first quarter, but that obviously changed.
Take a timeout. I think we're going to have an interesting halftime show. I think I see some some. Phil Nichols is not performing. We'll make sure, but it looks like we have some neon lights on the band. So we'll take a timeout, see what they have going on here. It is senior night in Guymon, and it's all Blue Jays in the locker room, 34-6. When we come back, it's the Golden Chick halftime show. Should be a good one. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
When it comes to Guthrie Bluejay athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
The Golden Chick halftime show rolls on with the John Vance Auto Group scoring summary after this.
I'm Mike Gundy, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. Your conduct is a direct reflection of you, your community, and your school. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
We welcome you inside the Golden Chick halftime show in Guymon, Oklahoma. 4.5 hours up Highway 33 over to Highway 412. Good drive. The Blue Jay football team able to get a charter bus up here, so they have to ride the yellow school bus up to Guymon, Oklahoma. So that's always good. They're able to ride up here, relax, and drive home comfortable and probably get some good sleep on the way home. They are in the locker room right now on top of the Guymon Tigers by a score of 34-6. Here on the Blue Jay Sports Network, alongside Kevin Roach, Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck, Casey Porter, I'm Chris Evans, and here are some scores around the state of Oklahoma, and we will first look here in 6A Division II. Choctaw at halftime leads Putnam City West 24-3. And Enid tonight, Putnam City, they're the number 4 team in their district. They're taking down Enid 35-7. Lawton taking it to the Deer Creek Antlers in the second quarter. Score there, 42-14. Number 1, Booker T. Washington all over Bartlesville in Bartlesville. 42-0 is that score there. And perhaps the best head-to-head matchup on paper, Bixby and Sand Springs. That game being played in Sand Springs. Halftime score, Bixby Spartans 21, Sand Springs 7. Remember, there's been 3 state championships in 6A Division II, and Bixby has won all 3 of those. I think that comes to an end this year. Former Blue Jay head coach Rafe Watkins and the Muskogee Roughers, they're in Ponca City tonight, and as expected, Muskogee taking it to the Wildcats. Score there, 35-7. The big one in Midwest City, a district title is on the line. Midwest City Bombers lead the Stillwater Pioneers between 2 8-1 ball clubs. Scores 14-13 in favor of Midwest City. Capitol Hill 27-0 over U.S. Grant. Final score to report, Broken Arrow took it to Sapulpa. I think that was from last night. Final score was 54-13. We'll make our way up to the largest class in Oklahoma, 6A Division I, Norman North. In the second quarter, in Moore tonight, leads at 28-0. Westmore's at Yukon, a big ball game with playoff implications there. At halftime, Westmore leads Yukon 13-6. In Norman, Edmond Memorial leads that one 13-10. At Edmond Santa Fe, Jinx Trojans have an 11-point lead, 18-7. Jinx has already secured the district championship. Edmond Santa Fe trying to improve their playoff hopes there with a higher seed, but behind scoreboard. Edmond North at Owasso. Owasso 14-0. Owasso 8-1 on the season. First year head coach Blankenship doing a good job. Southmore looks like our rock concert breaking out on our crowd noise. We'll fix that real quick. Edmond North leads Owasso 14-0. Mentioned that one earlier. PC North trying to end Southmore season at 0-10. PC North looks like they're going to do it. They lead 31-7 in the second quarter. Tulsa Union hosting Mustang tonight. Tulsa Union 24, Mustang 14. Those are your 6A scores. Let's dip down to Class 5A football. Again, most of the playoff scenarios have been secured in 5A. There are most on the east side that still need to be picking, but Blue Jays on 5A2, the only team left to punch their ticket officially, And all the teams in 5A1 have punched their ticket. But here are some of the scores as they turn the lights off. And that's a bad reflection. I don't know if we can turn the lights off here in the press box, but if you're watching the feed, you cannot see it due to the reflection of our camera. So I don't know if that can be fixed or not, but we'll see what happens here. Here are some of the scores in 5A football. Bishop McGinnis hosting Piedmont, and the Irish have a second quarter lead, 24-3. And check this score out it's halftime in in Lawton MacArthur. Lawton MacArthur leads the Ardmore Tigers 29-7 at halftime. If the Blue Jays were to win tonight, they would be at Ardmore. Ardmore's only has one loss on the season, but down at half, 29-7. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Tahlequah leads Bishop Kelly 7-3. Skytook leads Collinsville at halftime 3-0. Claremore leads Pryor 21-14. In Midwest City, the number 1 and undefeated Carl Albert Titans lead the Woodward Boomers. Boomers 49-7. Tulsa East Central leads McAllister 17-14. That game up in Tulsa. Lawton Eisenhower at Northwest Classen, they lead that game through the Eagles 20-3, the number 3 seed team in 5A District 2. No score in Durant and Tulsa Edison. Altus last night defeated Western Heights 38-14. Perhaps the best game on paper is in Shawnee tonight. Noble at Shawnee. It's a 7-7 ball game. In El Reno, Duncan trails the Indians by a score of 14-13. Del City defeated Southeast last night 54-13. Del City the number 3 team in 5A1. No score between Coweta and Glenpool. And Coweta is the district champions in 5A3. But the score, the shocker so far, Lawton MacArthur leads Ardmore Tigers by a score of 29-7. Now, do remember that game means nothing for the Ardmore Tigers and really nothing for Lawton MacArthur as well. But interesting score to say the least. In the background, you hear the Guymon Tiger marching band performing, and they got a light show. The lights have been turned off here, and they got the beautiful glow sticks throughout their bodies and instruments. Looks pretty darn cool. I think you can see that for the most part in your screen if you're watching on Guthrie News Page, Facebook Live. Well, that does it for your scores around the state of Oklahoma in 6A and 5A football. Take a timeout, come back and brag about our good friends over at the Golden Chick, as well as first half stats. Again, your halftime score here in Guymon. The Blue Jays 34, the Guymon Tigers 6. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Golden Chick halftime show.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
The Golden Chick halftime show continues. Coming up next, we get you ready with the Eskridge Chevrolet keys to the second half, as well as the Mercy Health Report.
These tenders have always been my number 1. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
Welcome back. Golden Chick halftime show here in Guymon, Oklahoma. Glad to have you on board alongside Kevin Roach, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, Casey Porter. I am Chris Evans. Halftime score 34-6. Blue Jays over the Guymon Tigers. take a look at our first half stats here. We'll bring in Craig Fleck with some of those numbers, and it was really a half dominated by the Blue Jays, and Guymon had the hardest time getting things going offensively until their last drive of that second half.
Yeah, that last drive certainly got them back going. They had some turnovers problems, certainly there in the early second quarter, giving Guthrie some short field opportunities. As we look at the stats now, Guthrie 302 total yards of offense. I believe that's actually their best first half performance stats-wise on the offensive side so far this season. I believe that's even better than Northwest Classen. So a good first half performance from the Blue Jay offense on 36 plays. That's 8.4 yards per play. That'll certainly do it from a Blue Jay perspective. On the Guymon side, 88 yards total offense on 30 plays, 2.9 yards per play for them. And that's below your magic number. You want to be averaging at least 4 yards per play because that keeps you on track ahead of the chains. Blue Jays 86 yards through the air, 9 of 11 passing the ball is Jackson Waddell. Certainly his best passing performance of the season so far. We look at 18 yards passing for Guymon, 2 of 11, 1 touchdown, but also 1 interception. 1 touchdown for Jackson Waddell, throwing the ball as well as he hit Isaac Lewis in the back of the end zone on a heck of a grab by Isaac. Looking down at the rushing numbers, 216 yards rushing for the Blue Jays on 25 attempts. That's 8.6 yards per carry. 70 yards rushing for the Tigers on 19 carries. That's 3.7 yards per carry. Blue Jays 3 penalties for 30 yards in that first half. No penalties against the Guymon Tigers. Blue Jays did have that 1 turnover. That was the fumble early by Jackson Waddell that ended up going out the back of the end zone on that first drive. Ended up being a touchback for the Guymon Tigers. Guymon 3 turnovers, and all of them very costly for the Tigers as the Blue Jays were able to score on all 3. Looking down at our first down numbers, Blue Jays 16 first downs in that first half, 10 on the ground, 6 through the air. Blue Jays 4 of 6 on third down and 2 of 2 on fourth down conversions. So a very good performance by the Blue Jays on both third and fourth down. Guymon Tigers 3 of 7, not bad on third down conversions for the Tigers. Once again, the turnovers were really their big issue. 1 of 1 on fourth down. That was on that last drive where they ended up scoring. Went for it on fourth down and inches. It ended up getting about 5 yards on a quarterback sneak. Leading rusher for the Blue Jays, Gavin Bryson, 17 carries for 126 yards, 7.4 yards per carry. That puts him over 1,000 yards rushing for the season. Add another 3 touchdowns to his total as well. Jackson also pretty good rushing the football, 6 carries for 85 yards. That's 14.2 yards per carry and a touchdown. That touchdown was the 59-yard touchdown run that he had in the second quarter. Isaac Lewis, leading receiver for the Blue Jays, 5 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown. Brody Hinkle also had a 24-yard reception, 14-yard catch for Gabe Gonzales, and a couple grabs for Cade Gugesberg, including a third down conversion. Dominic Gooseby, leading tackler for the Blue Jays, as he has had a very good first half. As those were your first half stats here on the Golden Chick halftime show.
Yeah, and boy, Golden Chick, they just absolutely not. We always brag about. I think we're getting some bleed over from the Guymon radio station, so we have to unplug that for now. But Golden Chick, they not only great sponsors of Guthrie High School athletics, but throughout the community do so much things for our schools. They are a big sponsor for Langston University as well, and why not? They are doing some of the best work in that franchise, as they're one of the top producing Golden Chicks in the region around the United States. And so Lula and the crew over there got a great job, doing a great job over there. 35 and 33 is the location there. And, of course, the convenience store right next to them. You get all the great snacks, all the great drinks, and all the desserts. They have it all there. Great customer service. That's what puts them over the top.
Well, yeah, and, it's such a great location because every time you get your gas, you can go in and get a nice bag of rolls, too. And
yes.
That's the worst part.
Rolls, yes.
That is the worst part about being in Guymon is that we are 4 hours away from those rolls.
Absolutely, and again, customer service. I mean, you can have good food, but if the customer service is not there, then it all simply goes away. But
great people out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Lula does a great job. Can't brag enough about them out there. Can't brag enough about the Blue Jays. You heard the stats. Guthrie 302 yards of offense. Guymon just 88, but the score on the scoreboard is the big one. Guthrie 34, Guymon 6. Take a timeout. Come back with plenty more here on the Golden Chick Halftime Show as we get set for second half between the Blue Jays and Tigers. This is the Golden Chick Halftime Show.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
If it has to do with cars, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, or boats, the Guthrie Tag Agency can do it all. Hello, friends. This is Chris Evans, the voice of the Guthrie Bluejays, letting you know the Guthrie Tag Agency has a new, friendly staff that is trained and experienced and will help provide you with fast and accurate service. I know they help me with all my Pike Pass and car needs so I can follow the Blue Jays all over the state. Give them a call at 282-3873, open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 2105 South Division.
Golden Chick rolls on here in Guymon, Oklahoma, Texas County. Kevin Roach, Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck, Casey Porter, Chris Evans with you. Golden Chick Halftime Show. And, Guymon has struggled on the gridiron in some other sports, but do note the boys won the cross-country state championship once again. They got some other great stuff going on, but this marching band,
absolutely,
they got it rocking as well.
They've certainly, I think, won the Guthrie Radio Crew Marching Band Award for the best band that we've seen so far this
Trophies
season.
in the mail.
I mean, they really rocked that halftime show, and very large band too. Great sound. It's about all you can ask for, and very impressive for a community like Guymon out here that they have such a good music program as well.
And if you're watching our video feed, I mean, that's one of the largest ones I've seen. That rivals several colleges.
That is the high school band. They've been joined by the junior high and the sixth graders there.
Hey, still yet.
And there is a solid, I would say, 300-400 kids out there. And their high school band, I would say, is a solid 150. I mean, it is a good-sized band. You can always tell how big a band program is by how many sousaphones, the tubas, they're marching.
Okay.
And their high school group was marching 8 sousaphones, which is a lot. That's probably the most I've seen out of a high school band. And, boy, they were very impressive there in that halftime show.
This is the Golden Chick Halftime Show. The Blue Jays have made their way onto the field. They are warming up to our right. Guymon still in the halftime locker room. And Craig, we didn't get to it at the beginning of the game, but we probably need to pull it up here. I know you saw the numbers on the weather was concerned, but I went upstairs to take a look at our wireless connection, on our internet connection, and got chilly, got windy last night. It's kind of like last night. It was beautiful yesterday, and then we went out somewhere last night, and the wind just made it miserable.
Well, it's 46 right now, but that wind has picked up, and I mean, it is blowing, I would say, at least 18 to 20 out there.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's in the 30s. I mean, it is chilly out there right now, and don't envy Mr. Phil Nichols down on the sideline.
Of course, it is a busy time. We'll be rolling back in the Guthrie 2:30, 3 o'clock. Not sure what time it will be. And then about 12 hours later, we're looking at Bedlam between the Sooners and the Cowboys in Stillwater. Game Day Live is there. It should be a fun Saturday afternoon and Saturday morning in Stillwater.
You going to get up and go to game day?
Not going to make it to game day. I'll watch a little bit of that, but...
I mean, considering that it's starting about 5.5 hours after we're due to get back, I think we'll all get a little sleep.
I'm driving, so I can dictate what time we get home,
yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely can. Casey joins us back here on the Golden Chick Halftime Show. I know you want to say something about Golden Chick. We were talking about moments ago about how not only do they support athletics, but they support academics and community.
By the way, before we talk about Lula, Golden Chick, the great job they do, I put a flux capacitor in that thing before we left today, so we're good to go on the way
Is that
home.
why you had the banana peels?
Yes, that's right. And a Mr. Fusion, right?
Yes, that makes complete sense now.
But seriously, Kevin Roach over here, our video coordinator, will tell you that Golden Chick all the time sponsors our post-game meals for the junior high, and they are just absolutely off the charts phenomenal. So the job they do in supporting us as a football program, the school system, the community of Guthrie, is second to none. It's incredible.
Well,
so we're very lucky to have them.
They sponsor the Sunday dinner with Mom that I have every week after church.
And
do we have any of those rolls here?
I know. That's what we were talking about earlier with the rolls. Of course, Phil goes for the ice cream cones. That's all Phil wants is he wants ice cream. Ain't that right, Phil? He wants ice cream. Oh, I got to plug you in. Sorry, I unplugged you, and now you're plugged back in.
Yeah, imagine that. All we can talk about is Kevin Roach, the great video coordinator.
He's not even scanned in on you. He's so mad right now. I think, are you guys fighting?
He's jealous of you, Roach.
A little trouble.
All right. I remember why I unplugged you now. We're getting some interference, I think, from the band or something. So as soon as the band goes away, we should be able to get Phil back. But
if he could come up here, I could rescan it.
Well,
too,
I think when the band turns on their wireless equipment, it interferes with Phil. So,
Phil, I don't think you're going to have to work out for the next week here, as you're getting quite a workout coming up and down from the press box.
He's breaking up again. So we'll try to get Phil here in just a little bit. Guymon Tigers have made their way onto the field. We got a minute till kickoff, so let's take our final break. Hope you enjoyed the Golden Chick Halftime Show. When we come back, it's the Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the second half and a Mercy Health report down on the field. This has been the Golden Chick Halftime Show on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football.
The John Vance Auto Group is 100% family owned. My children, Megan and Garrett, both participate in this ownership, as well as my nephew, Derek, who runs our Miami store. And I think we go about the whole golden rule. How do we want to be treated in these situations? We sell cars, but we are in the people business. Taking care of people is what it's all about. And it's a family tradition with each and every one of them, including myself.
John Vance Auto Group.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Texas County, 4.5 hours away from Guthrie, Oklahoma. Glad to have you on board along with Kevin Roach, Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck, Casey Porter. I'm Chris Evans. We welcome you as we get set for second half action. Your halftime score, Guthrie 34, Guymon 6. And again, appreciate everybody staying with us on the Facebook live feed. And we all depend on internet service up here in Guymon. We're kind of down in a bowl to begin with. We got AT&T, we got Verizon going back and forth. So hopefully we can keep it stuck there. And if it should somehow go away, stay patient. It'll come back. It's just one of those deals that we always fight here in Guymon. The Tigers will kick off. They won the toss and wanted the football to begin, and so now they will kick left to right, and we're underway here in the second half as this one will be picked up at the 6-yard line by the Blue Jays. Here's the return. Gavin Bryson out to the 20, to the 25, upended at the 28-yard line. Time now for our Eskridge Chevrolet's keys to the second half, Casey. And I would think it's pretty much like the first half. Ball control, put some points on the board early and put this one away.
Stay healthy, stay stay sharp. I'm going to leave it at that. I mean, those are the two things that you want to do. You look sharp in your running game, you look sharp in your passing game, then you marry those two together, and you look good in your run-pass game, your RPO game. So you look sharp in the first half, stay sharp, and then stay healthy.
Phil, Mercy Health Report.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
we
sir.
got you. I think the band's done, so I think we can get you now.
Same situation we had before. Everybody's good to go. Same as the start of the game.
Option to Gavin, spins at the 30, or gets to the 30, spins at the 35. He's down right there. Of course, that report by Phil Nichols brought to you by Mercy on our health report, not only at Mercy Hospital out west of town, but also the clinic on South Division. Josh Tucker and the crew out there do a fantastic job. We appreciate them once again on the broadcast.
So new Mercy in Crescent, not necessarily brand new, but new within the last couple of years, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, I think that's right. Gavin Bryson, by the way, Casey, Craig and I talked at halftime. Craig brought it up. Goes over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
This is the formation 3-by-1, 3 to the top, 1 receiver to the bottom. The Blue Jays will run it back up underneath.
And Gavin Bryson gets the call on second down. He's going to be close to that first down marker at the 38-yard line. I think he has it, and might be our third measurement, but boy, it's going to be close. Should be a first down, and it is. As, again, the officials give us the first down marker. If you just tune in, the officials that you see working their final game together, they are retiring.
They are, and they do a great job. And you know who else does a great job is Jackson Bedell running this offense. And football is all about mathematics, numbers. It's a numbers game up front. Who has more players than the other guy at the point of contact? And when your quarterback can run the ball, give you that one extra runner, he's the one who gives you that numbers advantage.
Jackson keeps it for a 3-yard pickup. Appreciate everybody all in the comments on Facebook Live. Rod Poppin watching from Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder taking on the Boston Celtics. They're getting ready to tip that one off. New look Thunder, Westbrook, Mello, and Paul George. Steven Adams liking that the Thunder spread in the floor. He can dominate a little bit more down low in the paint. Blue Jays looking to dominate here on 2nd down and 7 from their own 42-yard line. Ball's on the near hash mark. Hand off to Gavin. He's had a big night so far as he gets to the 45-yard line, a 3-yard pickup. So the Blue Jays will have a 3rd down and 5 play on their next snap. Blue Jays were fantastic in the first half on 3rd down conversions. They converted 4 out of 6 tries on 3rd down. And when they didn't get there on 4th down, they were perfect 2 for 2.
And 3 out of those 4 first down conversions were long yardage situations.
Yes.
And they had to throw the ball, so good job executing.
3rd down and 4 for the Blue Jays, just inside the near hash mark. From the 45, they need the 49, Jackson. We'll now look at the Blue Jays sideline. Looks like there's an audible in play here. Rainey, a halfback on the left side. Gavin on the right side. Jackson throws it on the run. Wide open, caught at first down marker is Isaac Lewis. Gets to the 45 and dives up to the 43-yard line. Jackson Waddell with another strong throw for a first down. Isaac Lewis with the reception. Blue Jays now 10 of 12 in the passing department.
And again, throwing the ball on 3rd down to get a first down. You like to see that. And then you like to see that quick sprint by Jackson Waddell. Jackson, not the tallest of quarterbacks, so anytime you can get him away from the rush, away from those big tackles, you give him a better throwing lane. And we've seen all year when Jackson has a good throwing lane, he throws the ball very well.
Jackson hands it off to Gavin, dances in the backfield, gets across the 45, finds his way to the 35. Strong 7-yard run there by Gavin Bryson. Blue Jays will have the wind to their back here in the 3rd quarter.
They will. Already seen the fruits of that. Jackson Bedell completing passes. Parker Rainey in right now. That H-back doing a great job leading up as a lead blocker for this Blue Jay team, number 44. As you see him on your Facebook Live feed, Parker Rainey has had such a tremendous junior campaign, I should say, for this Guthrie team.
2nd down and 4 from the 35-yard line. Gavin will try the right side, gets the line of scrimmage, going lateral toward the Blue Jays sideline, maybe 1 yard at the most there. So Guthrie will have another 3rd down play. We'll call it 3rd down and 3. Blue Jays 34, Guymon 6, 8:22, 8:21 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
One thing that's hard to learn as a running back is to get through the line of scrimmage before you make your first cut. You don't want to make your first cut until you're to the 2nd level. Then you can cut off the linebacker level Gavin Bryson's just done a great job this year getting better and better, knowing when to cut the football back.
3rd down and 2. Waddell goes back to his favorite target, and Isaac Lewis makes another reception at the 30, gets to the 28-yard line, and the Blue Jays will have a 1st down again. That's the play.
Yep.
Jackson is not only running, but looking forward to running that play.
Yeah, he is, and throwing the ball in that sprint out, and that's just a quick out, just a speed cut from Isaac Lewis. And when your receiver is a better athlete than the guy covering him, those quick speed outs are going to be uncoverable for the Guymon secondary, because they're going to want to give space because they're giving up athletic ability, as I said. So those speed cuts will be open all day long for Isaac Lewis. As you see the safety at the top, giving Isaac about an 8-yard cushion.
5-yard pickup for Isaac Lewis. Hand off to Gavin as Gavin goes across the 25, now across the 20 to the 18-yard line. Gavin Bryson with a 10-yard run. He is not quitting as he continues to move the feet. Real quickly, Gavin Bryson now 7 catches for 55 yards. Of course, the highlight was a one-handed catch for a touchdown in the end zone. So just shy of the 1st down. 9 yards.
Isaac?
Yeah,
Isaac.
9-yard pickup, 2nd down and 1. Gavin 1st down as he goes across the 15, still moving the pile all the way down to the 11-yard line. So Isaac and the Jays moving the ball in Guymon territory.
Hey, Phil, as you see him jog off the field, is Isaac limping coming off the field?
No, he's fine. He was favoring that ankle a little bit in the first half, but nothing major. He's fine, though. I just saw him run off.
Of course, the Jays were without the services of Isaac Lewis there for the first several games to begin the season. And now Gavin Bryson will come off the field. Justin Adams will check into the Blue Jay offense. 1st down and 10. We'll call it the 12-yard line, so Guthrie can get one more 1st down in around the 2-yard line. Jays moving right to left. Jackson Waddell, run play up the middle. Big hole. Adams creates a big hole, and now Jackson gets down to the 1-yard line. Jackson with an 11-yard run. Some huge holes. In fact, Jackson could have gone right, could have gone left. He went left as he had a couple big holes to run through.
Rushing game has been great tonight. Gavin Bryson, as Greg Fleck, our statistician, said at halftime, went over the 1,000-yard mark this evening. Jackson Waddell has continued to run the ball well. Now Justin Adams in the game.
First and go from the 1. Jackson wants to throw it. Dane Jenkins from his tight end spot has the touchdown. And Jackson Waddell throwing the football for his 2nd touchdown pass of the night. And Blue Jays now on top, 40-6 PAT upcoming. A good drive by the Blue Jay offense as Jackson Waddell has only 2 incomplete passes all night long. And now David Vargas will come on for the PAT. Snap is up, kick is up, and it is good. And the Blue Jays have a 41-6 lead. Take a timeout here in Guymon. You're watching Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
Sports, a powerful force in our society. Through sports, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes impacts the young people of our nation. Our ministry offers them faith, integrity, and values in the face of an often confusing world. What we all have in common is our love for Jesus Christ and our desire to share our faith with others. Because as long as there are sports, there will be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To learn more, call 1-800-289-0909 or visit fca.org.
Greg, take her away. Good drive for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays go on a 12-play, 72-yard drive. Takes 5 minutes, 47 seconds off the clock. Capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass from Jackson Waddell to Dane Jenkins. So with 6:33 left here in the 3rd quarter, Blue Jays on top, 41-6.
Blue Jays have played great offense this evening as ball's kicked off. Vargas is not in there. Guymon will retreat to the 5-yard line. Get the ball on the 5 and running sideways is Guymon Tigers and find some running room all the way up to the 27-yard line. That's where Guymon will scrimmage. First down and 10 from the Guymon Tiger 27. Welcome back. Play-by-play voice for the Blue Jays, Chris Evans.
And that scoring summary, real quick, was brought to you by John Vance Motors. John Vance Motors, where it's comfortable to buy a truck.
Good to have Craig Fleck when things seem awry and fills in quite nicely. Thank you, Krager. Guymon Tigers will have the football, first down and 10. Guthrie with a 41-6 lead, 6:01 to play here in the third quarter. Blue Jays look like they're headed to Ardmore for the first round of the playoffs for the 13th straight season to be in postseason play. Tigers toss the ball into the backfield, and it's going to be a loss all the way back to the 20-yard line. So the Blue Jay defense continues to be playing strong here, despite the lopsided score.
They do, and you like to see that. We mentioned stay sharp and stay healthy, something obviously the Blue Jays have done this second half with the good defensive stop. The first time Guymon had the ball, 2 scores offensively, have looked unstoppable the entire evening, and nothing looks to change that as we speak.
Kemmel Leach with the tackle, 9-yard loss. Guymon now 79 yards of offense. Again, stay patient with this one. We are just depending on getting by with internet here in Guymon, so stay patient with us. Second down and 19. Santos wants to throw, has all day, goes down center of the field, and it's incomplete. Nice coverage there by number 10, Hector Gooseby, the sophomore, step for step, watching the ball all the way. It's incomplete at midfield, and the Tigers will have another third down play. This one, third down and 19.
Yep, Hector Gooseby, Cale Kaufman have played predominantly from the safety spot. Boy, if you can get those 2 sophomores to play together, they would have 3 years, 2 more after this to do it. You could get a lot of continuity going, and that would be a big, big factor.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers, a couple of wingmen in there as well. Third down and 19 from the 20. Santos rolls to his right, throws it on the run, dangerous pass, and it's caught at the 35. Still plenty shy of the first down by about 6 yards, and so we'll see what the Guymon Tigers want to do here with 5:01 left in the game. Not sure why, or excuse me, in the third quarter. And the clock stopped for a second.
No reason to punt. No reason to punt. It goes against everything that every fiber of your body to not punt here, but you have not stopped Guthrie's offense. What's the difference between a 65-yard drive and a 35-yard drive? Guthrie's shown that they're going to score every time they get it anyways.
Phil Nichols would say about 30 yards. Be the difference.
It's going to end up the same result.
It's going to end up in points. Guymon does punt the football away. It's a nice high punt. Isaac Lewis inside his 30-yard line on the return to the 35. Dancing to the 39, stretching for the 40, and extends to the 41-yard line. First down 10. Now coming for the Blue Jay offense. And now what do you do if you're Coach Mitt, Casey? You're up 41-6. It looks like you have this game in hand. Do you still work like a glorified practice to get better, to get work for Ardmore?
Absolutely. And I think you window dress a little bit. You know, you show Ardmore on film. Ardmore, who's getting just the whoop down put on him by Lott McKnight. You show them a little window dressing, make them think that they have to defend a whole lot of stuff that maybe a week or 2 ago they didn't think they would have to.
Ardmore continues to be dropping their game right now at the Lott McKnight, 29-7. That game now in the third quarter.
That they sat quite a few of their players this evening, and that have to be what that looks like to me.
First down 10, low snap. Justin Adams gets the call as he goes across the line of scrimmage to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 4 yards for Justin Adams. And again, a big congrats to Gavin Bryson. He's still got more to do next week, and for the Blue Jay season, but going over 1,000 yards this season for this Blue Jay team, and kind of a converted running back, if you will. Blue Jays with a second down, we'll call it 6 yards. Brody Hinkle into motion from left to right. Jackson turns around, hands it off to Adams across midfield. First down and plenty more as he goes across the 45 to the 44-yard line. And Phil, Justin Adams is a 11-yard pickup for Justin. He's going to obviously have a big season here for the Jays, but his playing time will immensely grow next year.
Yeah, you got to believe Justin will be the feature back next year, at least one of the 2 or 3 guys that'll see most of the carries next year. He's done very good the sophomore campaign, and tough kid, runs hard, deceptively quick. So I expect big things out of Justin over the next couple of years.
Would you guess Gavin's night is done?
If he has something to say about it, no, but I would think yes.
Justin across the 40, across the 35, up to the 30. Justin Adams with a 15-yard run.
You go over 1,000 yards in your senior campaign. You have a couple of touchdowns. You've had a wonderful evening. Your team has a 41-6 lead. You've secured your playoff positioning. There's no way you can make playoff positioning better or worse.
Yeah.
Absolutely no reason to play the rest of it, no matter how bad he wants to go in, right?
Blue Jays getting ready to take their 52nd snap of the game. They have 404 yards of offense. Jackson Waddell is 12 of 14 passing for 106 yards. Blue Jays 298 rushing yards, getting ready to go over 300 rushing yards on this carry. And there it is. Adams across the 25, and he'll get to the 24. Moves his feet all the way now to the 20-yard line. Blue Jay running backs Adams and Bryson continue to move their feet here in the second half and have another Blue Jay first down.
This has been as efficient. Would you agree, Phil, as efficient as a Guthrie offense has been, I think, in a couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, they've looked great tonight, Case. There's just, in all aspects of the game, the offense has been hitting on all cues. Had the one early turnover where it was just an effort play by Jackson, but a great night for the offense.
9 yards officially there for Justin. Second down and 1. Jackson will run for the first down. Phil was just bragging on him. He has more. 15, 10, 5, sideline, touchdown. Jackson Waddell with his second rushing touchdown of the night. And the Blue Jays up the lead now, 47-6. Jackson Waddell, the junior quarterback, puts the Jays on the board.
Like to strike up the band, but we're 4.5 hours away from Guthrie, right? That's a long trip.
The band did not make the trip, and rightfully so. We'll hope that we'll see them in Ardmore. We hope to see this running game for the Blue Jays show up in Ardmore as well, as they go over 300 yards rushing, over 400 yards of offense. And early on, it was the passing game setting up the running game. It's been all running game. Now we have a new kicker out on the field, number 37. We talked about him last week. Here's the kick. It barely gets over, but barely counts. And the Jays now have a 48-6 lead.
I think he got his shoes given to him by Nathaniel Owevano.
Timeout from Guymon. This is Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Ark has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Oh, Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
Jackson Waddell. He had a 59-yard touchdown run earlier, adds a 20-yard touchdown run to his resume. Blue Jays go 59 yards on 5 plays. Took 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. Of course, all of our scoring summaries this year brought to you by our good friends at the John Vance Motors I-35. It's simply known as the John Vance exit. Of course, it's the South Guthrie exit. Phil Nichols, we got a number 37 that joined the team not too long ago.
Yeah, number 37, Giovanni Trejo shows up about 2 weeks ago. Says, Coach, I'd really like to play some football. They looked at him and said, son, here's some orange shoes. You look like a kicker.
That's exactly what it was as he kicks this one off. A little kick across the middle, picked up inside the 25-yard line to the near sideline, inside the numbers to the 30 to the 35-yard line. It'd be first down and 10 for the Guymon Tigers. Well, we brag on the offense plenty enough. We need to keep going with the defense. Have so far given up only 93 yards of offense on 33 offensive snaps, Casey. That's less than 3 yards a play.
Yep, and it's been a complete effort. Obviously, your special teams have been great when Vargas has been kicking the ball. You've had great kick coverage. You've had good kick returns. No mistakes in that area. Your defense has been, other than one possession, dominant. Your offense has been unstoppable. So all 3 phases of the game have worked perfectly here in Texas County this evening.
First down and 10 for the Guymon Tigers. 2:10 to play here in the third quarter. a little play that goes nowhere. In your second effort, it will get it to the 36. Not sure if the quarterback kept it or it was in the belly of the fullback. But, again, looks like the Blue Jays all but certain will clinch their playoff spot. We'll be in Ardmore next week. It will be a 7 o'clock kickoff on the road. Of course, we'll be there at 6:30. We've got to write the OSSA a check for the coverage, but we will be able to bring you the video. The same setup tonight, hopefully on YouTube. Hopefully we'll have better internet signal in Ardmore, but we will have the same setup, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube. And just want to remind everyone, once we get home and get everything archived, this game will be moved to YouTube and for all your archiving.
I think all in all, basically, with what we're dealing with wirelessly from an internet perspective, it's gone pretty good.
I got my fingers crossed. It's been pretty good for the most part. Don't want to jinx it. 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers, and Blue Jay defense stops that run again. And Tigers came out wanting to throw the ball, but really have not shown that much here tonight. 3 of 13 passing for just 31 yards. So, hey, we appreciate everybody watching on GMP Facebook. If you want to chime in with some questions or comments, we appreciate those as well. I know Angela Miller had the question about when the Ardmore game was. We were able to get that answered. And Troy, I've noticed Troy Brenson's got a fan club on the Facebook.
He's got he's got one and growing. Hey, do you have Lula's phone number where you can maybe text message her and ask her where the nearest Golden Chick is?
Lula, we are looking for eating establishment. I guess we need to get home at 5 if we eat, but that's okay. I am starving. 3rd down and 9. We're going to go downstairs to the A-team of this program, and Phil Nichols after this play. Santos looks after the low snap, throws it downfield, looking, and C.J. Ward with the nice coverage. Phil?
Guys, I'm sitting down here on the sideline, had one of our coaches walk up to me, says, hey, I got a suggestion for MVP. I said, who's that? He said, number 76. I said, okay, what'd the Hickman kid do? He said he ate 4 chicken fries today when we stopped and had lunch.
Cody Hickman, 6'1", 281-pound sophomore. Gets the chicken fry eater of the day. 4th down and 9. And punting time for the Tigers. C.J. Ward says, I want this one. He gets it at the 28, to the far side 30. 35, still on his feet, down at the 36-yard line. 8-yard return. And here comes the Blue Jay offense back onto the field with 16 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, your score, 48-6.
Hopefully good heads prevail on this, and maybe we have a running clock in the 4th quarter. Being 4.5 hours away from home.
Steve Porter says, good job, Big D. It has been a good job. Less than 100 yards of offense for the Guymon Tigers, and the Blue Jays have been stopping that running game of the Tigers. Again, now 2.6 per play. Not too bad for the Blue Jay defense. Kel Kaufman is your new Blue Jay quarterback. He hands it off to Justin Adams. Nice move at the 40 to the 45, breaking a tackle all the way to midfield, down at the 49-yard line now. And they still didn't tackle him. 28 looks like Adrian Peterson on that type run there.
It did.
Made a run and then stiff arm and then kept moving the pile.
And Justin, he's not a guy that's necessarily going to jump cut and juke and jive in the backfield, but he is a guy that can put a foot in the ground and make 1 or 2 guys miss with a cutback. Yeah. And he's a very good cutback runner. He likes getting downhill. He likes getting a full head of steam, and then he'll make that one cut against the safety, and he'll make a miss.
3rd quarter's in the books. It's all Blue Jays tonight here in Guymon, Oklahoma. 48-6 is your 3rd quarter score. Come back with 4th quarter action. Don't go away now. This is Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Looking to go inside Blue Jay athletics? Log on to GuthrieSportsPage.com and get all the information on all the Blue Jay events. GuthrieSportsPage.com is your source for all Blue Jay information. Visit the ever-growing SoundCloud page and listen to pre- and post-game interviews, player spotlights, and complete game recaps. GuthrieSportsPage.com provides a link to listen to the Blue Jays streaming live over the World Wide Web and has pre- and post-game stories for your reading enjoyment. GuthrieSportsPage.com, your source for all Blue Jay information.
Guymon Guymon, Oklahoma. We get set for fourth quarter action along with Kevin Roach, Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck, Casey Porter. I'm Chris Evans. First play of the fourth quarter is a run across the 45-yard line to the 43-yard line of the Guymon Tigers. Blue Jays will have second down coming. Appreciate you joining us here on this Friday night. Again, the Blue Jays have all but starting to clinch their playoff spot against the Ardmore Tigers, the 5A District 1 champions. They're in Lawton tonight. Last score getting beat there. Blue Jays with their 56th offensive play upcoming on second down and fourth. Kel Coppin's first pass of the night is caught on the far side for a first down. Max Manford, the 5'8", 140-pound sophomore, has a first down for the Blue Jays. And for Guthrie tonight, they have now picked up 27 first downs.
And Max is a program kid who's just continued to get bigger, stronger, worked very hard, taking advantage of all the workout sessions, and is rapidly making himself a very, very good player.
8-yard reception. Blue Jay passing now 13 of 15 of the night. Kel Coppin 1 for 1. Jackson was 12 of 14 for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns. His night looks to be done. Justin Adams on the left side makes a nice move as he gets across the 30. Close to a 7-8 pickup for Justin Adams. Justin Adams running the ball hard. Now 8 carries, around 67 yards, but more impressively than that, he's averaging over 8 yards a carry here tonight. Jackson finished tonight with 13.1 yards per carry, and Gavin Bryson finished with 6.9 yards per carry. Gavin had 3 rushing touchdowns tonight. Jackson had 2 rushing touchdowns here this evening.
One thing that Adams does is he wears you down. He's a battering ram. He always seems to get the best part of the contact at the point of contact, and Guthrie working slow, thinking they're running clock, but the last 2 plays have gone out of bounds.
Clock is rolling here in the pistol formation. Justin gets the call, first down across the 25, and they'll give him the 24-yard line. Stay tuned after the ball game show, an abbreviated Terra Insure Group post-game show, as we like to talk all Blue Jay football, but we like to do it a little bit closer to home. And we got to get ready for Bedlam tomorrow as the Sooners have made the way up to Stillwater. Kirk Herbstreit is in Oklahoma, and game day live at on ESPN as the chains are now officially moved. Jays pick up the first down.
I think the last time Herbstreit was in Oklahoma was the OSU K-State game with the earthquake.
Last 2 times he's had earthquakes, yes. So if there's an earthquake tomorrow, we got a story with Kirk Herbstreit and earthquakes.
He is not ever sold on Oklahoma State for good reason. It seems like every time he's seen them in a big environment, they have not played well.
I heard him on an interview this week as Kel takes the handoff, and this one's going to go backwards for the Jays, I thought, but Troy Branson says, I'm running hard tonight. I'm at the 20 to the 15. I want the end zone, but he can't get there. Tackled inside the 10-yard line, and the Troy Branson Facebook club is going to be erupting here in any moment, and he wants the football, and he wants that end zone.
They're in celebration mode as we speak.
They're getting ready to. We got our first Go Troy Go. There's our first one.
Well, he went. He did. Looked like he wasn't going to get to it at the beginning, then broke a tackle, reversed the field.
Oh, he's coming out. No. 19-yard pickup for Troy Branson.
Bad for the ratings.
Our ratings will go down with Troy on the sideline.
Not that we don't love Justin Adams. I'm sure Tammy is going to enjoy watching this.
He's looking for the end zone here. First and goal from the 6. Justin to the 5, to the 3, to the 2, to the end zone. Touchdown, Justin Adams, the 3rd rusher tonight to get into the end zone. All total between the running and the quarterbacks, 6 touchdowns. 54-6, your new score, 9:53 to go in this ball game.
It has been a very, very efficient night. We talked about in the Eskridge Chevrolet keys of the game. Stay sharp, stay healthy. So far, the Blue Jays have certainly been able to do that.
The new kicker. Orange shoes, we'll call him. Can he go 2 for 2? Snap, hold, kick. Does not quite get it up high enough, and the score sticks at 54-6. Taking timeout, 9:53 left in this one in Guymon. Timeout, this is Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years.
I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
Blue Jays with their 8th touchdown of the night. The kick left to right. We'll get to the scoring summary here in just a second. Ball fielded at the 25. The kick return to the 30, near sideline to the 35, inside the numbers to the 40, and down at the 45-yard line. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Guymon Tigers. Blue Jays go on 44 happy yards in 7 plays. It was capped off by a 6-yard touchdown run by Justin Adams. Justin now 11 carries tonight for 81 yards. Just over 7 yards per carry. Had that one touchdown just moments ago from 6 yards out. So Gavin has 3 scores, Jackson has 2 scores, and now Justin has the 1 score.
Rumor has it is Justin's the second best athlete in his family. I think his sister would say that she's the best athlete, Morgan.
I was going to go with Jaron.
Oh, were you?
I was going to go with Jaron. Come on now. First down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 46-yard line. Hand off to the running back, and he'll spin for a couple of yards and trying to get to the 50, and will not quite get there, just shy of the paint of the 50-yard line. And the Guymon Tigers with that run now go over 100 yards of offense. So if there's any drama left in this one, can the Jays keep Guymon underneath 100 yards of offense? Yep. Meanwhile, Guthrie 497 yards of offense.
The good and bad thing about this, the good part of not having a shutout means that you can play everybody and not worry about preserving it by keeping your starters in. The bad part of that is you don't have the shutout, and that's something you want. But I think in the long run of things, not having to keep all of your starters in because the shutout is no longer there. Cody Hickman is in at nose guard. As you see him right over the center, I think that's a good thing for this Blue Jay team.
He's got 4 chicken fries in him. You better watch out. Toss goes to the right side, and it's going to be a loss on the play. And Guymon, that 1 score you mentioned, Casey, they were able to get into the end zone just 41 seconds before halftime as they went on their best drive by far, 79 yards on 12 plays. But other than that, it's really kind of been backwards for the Tigers.
And I can guarantee you one thing, Cody Hickman is a very, very athletic young man for how big he is. And whatever it says on that roster, add about 12 pounds.
That would put him at 293.
293 with the 4 chicken fries from lunch.
Yeah, he's at $3 bills tonight with those 4 chicken fries in him. Guymon takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him. Get the scales out. 7:54 left in this ball game. Guthrie 54, Guymon 6. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
At www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
You step out of the storm shelter and your home has taken a direct hit. You went online and found a policy, but you can't remember who the carrier is. Now, your roof is torn off and your belongings are scattered all over the neighborhood. Where are you going to stay tonight? How do you begin the process of cleaning up? Terra Insurance Group is Guthrie's local one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. The agents at TIG all live within this community and will be there after the sale when you need them the most. Call Terra Insurance Group at 293-PRO or stop by our offices at 2403 South Division across from the Beacon Drive-In. After the sale when you need them the most. Call Terra Insurance Group at 293-4.
Back to action here, Tigers with the football here on a 3rd down and 6 play. And getting a half a yard pickup, not much there. So the Tigers will have a 4th down decision here. Every time they've come to a 4th down, despite being down several scores, have punted the football away. I'm not sure why not go for it, but we'll see what the Tigers want to do here. As the Blue Jays have a 54-6 lead, 7:17 left in the ball game. We'll see if we'll have a running clock. We didn't have one earlier, but we'll see if that.
Now that you got over that half 100. That's the first time it seems like maybe the Guthrie scored a half 100 this early in the game since the Kentrell Brothers days, isn't it?
Those were some good days.
Those were some good days.
Good days. 4th down and 6, and the Guymon Tigers will indeed go for it under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 2 receivers set. Santos under center. Wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. Screen set up and caught. First down on the near sideline. 45 across the 40 and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And the Guymon Tigers officially now with their 8th first down of the night.
And it's always fool's gold as a defensive lineman. You're like, oh, heck yeah, I'm getting ready to get me a sack. I'm right on my way to the quarterback. Oops, there goes that screenplay, and it's very, very effective.
Guymon now over 100 yards of offense after that 14-yard pickup.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a screenplay at any level, high school, college, pro, not work. It's just a very effective play.
First down and 10, Santos under center. From the Guthrie 37-yard line. Handoff, nope, quarterback keeper. Tries the left side across the 35 and to the 32-yard line. Back downstairs to a chilly Phil Nichols.
I'm just thinking about these 4 chicken fries, and I heard what you were saying, so I grabbed him on the sideline about his weight, and I said, how close is the roster?
There he is. We're looking right at him, Phil, 76.
And he said, what does it say? I said, like 270-something. He goes, I weighed 270-something in the 8th grade.
There he is right there. Kevin Roach getting a good look at big 76 there at nose guard.
He is a tough hombre, too, man. I guarantee you that. He's your kind of player, Phil.
Yeah, he is, actually. Good kid.
Second down 6, toss to the right side, and not much there, and Craig Fleck, Casey, as the statistician does. The screenplay not very effective for Piedmont. Guthrie had an interception.
Okay.
Everybody but Piedmont.
Well, remember the first time they ran it for like 30 yards.
Yeah.
Then the second time they ran it, they were going to get 30 yards, so the ball was tipped. And that was right in front of you, Phil. Campbell Leach did a great job from his in spot, stringing that thing out, making the running back cut it back up underneath.
You know, Campbell's probably the quickest kid we have on the whole darn team. I mean, he's really explosive from that end position, does a great job.
And one of the kids that's always in the right spot at the right time. Really changed his body type out over the years. He's more longer and leaner now.
Yeah.
Chase Stevenson on the tackle on the previous play. 3rd down and 8. Blue Jays getting some fresh faces in there. Santos wants to throw, and he wants it all. Goes into the end zone. It's incomplete. Over the head of the intended receiver by a couple of yards. Marquise Miller, step for step on the coverage, and to bring up a 4th down and 8 play. 4:19 to play in this one, and it is officially a running clock.
Good. Chase Stevenson and the long lineages of Stevensons from around the Guthrie area. Younger brother Ethan Stevenson.
Hunter Thompson in the ball game. You see there, number 53. Also in there, number 40. We mentioned him earlier, Chase Stevenson. John Davis, number 41, in the ball game for the Blue Jays.
His dad, Edward Stevenson, is very prominent with the Guthrie Little League Football Association. Does a great job with them. Wow, a long field goal attempt with the wind here.
A 52-yard field goal attempt. He's a soccer player, I bet, and it's nowhere close. That one went about 40 yards in the air and not much there, and the clock will continue to roll here. So 3.5 minutes officially left in this ball game. Guymon turns it over to the Guthrie Blue Jay offense.
Phil, I got to ask you, we're getting to that time of game. The game's at hand, 54-6, 3:22 to go. What'd you think about Asa Howard Field just north of here, about a half a mile, the baseball field?
Yeah, that's one of the most outstanding facilities I've ever visited. I can tell you they put a lot of time and effort in that, and anybody gets to play on that field, it's a real privilege.
Yeah, Asa Howard.
Is he reading from a cue card?
Yeah, Asa Howard actually,
That's amazing.
The guy who built that stadium, played at Oklahoma State University, passed away a couple of years ago, but was telling Coach Rainwater and I a couple of years ago that they had actually put $1 million into that facility about 10 years ago.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
We paid a visit to that baseball field. You can sit on the bench and your feet don't touch the ground.
You can also spin the bat rack. Phil got to do all that. Took all that tour.
Real quick scoring update in Midwest City, Oklahoma. The Stillwater Pioneers 8-1 on the year. Midwest City Bombers 8-1 on the year. We're now in the 4th quarter of that ball game. 28-21. Bombers.
Yeah.
Lawton. Hey, Phil, do you need a Lawton Lawton High School score update?
Yeah, I'd like one, please.
Yeah, they're beating the Deer Creek Antlers on senior night in Deer Creek. Score there is 49-21. Okay, now mute him. 2 minutes left in this one. Kel Kaufman runs with the football. He's down after a short pickup at the 22-yard line.
That was almost as exciting for Phil as whenever he heard Cody Hickman ate 4 chicken fries.
Almost.
Phil is celebrating right now. He's having a good evening.
Why is he doing push-ups? That's weird.
Is Roach sitting behind me on the way home, or is that going to be Phil? I was physically and verbally assaulted all the way down here.
Bishop McGinnis, real quick, guys. Bishop McGinnis leading Piedmont 34-3. That's now in the fourth quarter.
That Guthrie game was the final hurrah for the Piedmont Wildcats. They started out the season horribly, couldn't score, then kind of got it together, and then that Guthrie game just took the wind out of their sails.
Well, you have Guthrie, McGinnis, Carl Albert left on your schedule. That will do a lot of things. Kel Kaufman options it off at the last second to Justin Adams across the 25 up near the 30-yard line, but 29-yard officially. And we are exactly 1 minute away from putting this one into the books.
Yeah, you're supposed to attack the end. Kaufman is at quarterback on that speed op and then pitch off of him. I'd like to see with a 54-6 lead, Kel get rid of that ball a little sooner, not take that shot.
Phil Nichols.
Got a lot of options for player of the game tonight, boys. I need a little input. I'd like to hear.
I think number 1 would be my.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Number 1? Number 1?
Of course, number 5 went over 1,000 yards on the season, so can we go co-offensive players of the game?
Number 1 to me is Phil Nichols.
See,
Who's your
Chris,
number 1?
Oh, that's spoken like a guy who forgot his wallet for the trip tonight.
Of course,
and my watch.
Chris
and my tripod.
Yeah, Chris forgot the tripod, so what about our video coordinator up here? Could he be player of the game for having to make all the adjustments he had to make?
Guys, I'm having some technical difficulty. I can't seem to hear you.
That is going to be the ball game. He just can't give it up to his counterpart, Kevin Roach. That is the ball game, and the Blue Jays have now won
Good job, Roach.
3 games in a row and will make the playoffs for the 13th straight season as they defeat the Guymon Tigers by a final score of 54-6.
Successfully.
It is a successful evening. It will be a short Terra Insure Group post-game show, but we will have as much as information we can put into the TIG post-game show. That comes up after these few moments. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Sports Network.
To the cell when you need them the most. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by our offices at 2403 South Division across from the Beacon Drive-In.
After this, we bring you more from the stadium as the Terra Insure Group postgame show continues.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Terra Insure Group post-game show. It's going to be a fun one here tonight as the Blue Jays take down the Guymon Tigers. Final score 54-6. I wrote it down because I knew that scoreboard was turning off as soon as that game was over. But
this is Taft Stadium-esque,
yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely. Hey, be sure to visit our good friends at TIG, 2403 South Division, right across the street from the Beacon. Give them a call first thing Monday morning, 293-4880, or do what I'm doing right now, TIGOK.com, and take a look at all the great services they provide. And they have so many different insurance agencies out there to give you the best deal. Auto, watercraft, RV, homeowners, pet insurance is coming soon. Just the great things out there. Jason Herzl, Seth Robbins, and Dennis Oaks. Appreciate them. And Also want to throw out there, Mud Dog's Car Wash is now open in the 1900 block of East Oklahoma across from F&M Bank. And they got a great car wash out there, so be sure to go out and visit Mud Dogs. That's off of
Good night. We're still pontificating on who the player of the game should be tonight.
So many candidates, because you look at the Blue Jays tonight, they finished with 506 yards of offense. Guymon held to 114 yards of offense. Blue Jays,
not a terrible night for Guymon from their perspective, running the ball or having an offensive night. They scored once.
Yeah. Blue Jays had a 7-0 lead after the first quarter, but then at halftime led by a score of 34-6. Blue Jays were able to get 3 more touchdowns in the second half to win it by a final score of 54-6. We need to get the timeout here. When we come back, on-field interviews brought to you by the John Vance Motors Group. We'll have our FCA Player of the Game. We're still debating who should be the FCA Player of the Game. Come back and find out who it is after this timeout. This is the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
Sports, a powerful force in our society. Through sports, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes impacts the young people of our nation. Our ministry offers them faith, integrity, and values in the face of an often confusing world. What we all have in common is our love for Jesus Christ and our desire to share our faith with others. Because as long as there are sports, there will be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To learn more, call 1-800-289-0909 or visit fca.org.
Don't go away. More of the Terra Insure Group postgame show in a moment.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Texas County, Guymon, Oklahoma is where we bring you the post-game show from here. It's going to be an abbreviated post-game show. We will talk to Coach Beebe here in a minute. And if you're on the audio part of this, and we're going to get our FCA Player of the Game first, if you're on the video of this and it cut out, go to tune in, and we will have an archive of this later. So
yeah, a young man picked up our feed up there and put it in his pocket. He was meaning to do the right thing, but anyway, tonight the Blue Jays defeat the Guymon Tigers by a final score of 54-6. Time now for our FCA Player of the Game. With that, let's go downstairs with Phil Nichols.
Guys, I'm here with Jackson Waddell, Player of the Game. Jackson, you had 2 on the ground, 2 in the air. I think at one point, 12 of 14, I believe, guys. Is that right?
Yes.
12 of 14 for the game. Great ball game. Just talk a little about the win and 13 straight playoff appearances for the Jays.
Start out with the defense. They gave us a stop, and I think they had like 2 turnovers on offense, which helped us a lot. We had 1, but, that's on me. I run that on Monday. But, offense line did an amazing job blocking. Receivers ran their routes. Just W and ready for next week.
Jackson, your running back, Gavin Bryson, went over 1,000 yards this evening on the season. It's got to be fun watching him play his senior year.
Yeah, we talked before the game. He told me if I pull the ball, he's going to kill me. But, he got his 1,000. I was proud of him. It helps me a lot to, when he's running the ball good, and then whenever I pull, nobody's there. So expect him to run. So he did a great job tonight. Proud of him.
Looks like that RPO worked really well for you, especially in the passing department of that RPO. Looked like you were able to find a couple of different targets as well.
Yeah, Dane, he was begging locker room at halftime to give him a touchdown running the ball, and they put him in, and on that goal line play, we're in a zone, just out route to him, the safety bit down, just gave Dan a score.
You had 2 incompletions all night. Of course, Rainey drops the ball, so it goes as an incompletion, but I'm sure that was just beating him up inside.
Yeah. Parker's a great blocker. He helps us a lot at everything, tackling, blocking, catching. He's a good all-around player.
Going into next week, we talked about all night, Jackson. The 2 keys were to stay sharp, stay healthy, and the team obviously did that.
Yeah, proud that we didn't have any injuries this game. Just can't wait for Ardmore and to be a dogfight. We're ready for him.
Jackson, great job tonight. Great job all season long, and obviously best of luck. They always talk about there's 3 seasons in one season. You have the non-district, then you have district, and then you have the postseason. This begins the 3rd part of that.
Yeah. Anything can happen in the playoffs. It's 0-0 now. Anything can happen. So we're ready for a dogfight and hopefully get the W.
Hey, Jackson, is there any difference between a yellow school bus and a charter bus?
It was a pretty big difference. In starter bus, there's TVs, the seats recline. I mean, it was nice to get the starter bus on the way down here.
Can you name me any towns other than Crescent or maybe Kingfisher or Watonga that you went through on the way up here? Other than not Woodward.
No idea.
No idea. Okay.
I'm sure you won't see you on the way home either. Jackson, congratulations, tonight's FCA Player of the Game. Have a great trip home, a great week of practice, and we'll see you in Ardmore.
Great job, Jackson.
Thank you.
That is our FCA Player of the Game, Jackson Waddell, as the Blue Jays take down the Guymon Tigers by a final score of 54-6. And we are getting ready to come back with an interview here. We'll bring in senior running back Gavin Bryson. Unofficially for the Blue Jays tonight, we have Gavin for 24 carries, 165 yards. That's 7 yards per touch. Of course, they had those 3 rushing touchdowns of the night as well. He is our co-FCA Player of the Game. With that, let's go back downstairs with Phil Nichols.
Guys, wanted to bring Gavin over, co-player of the game. Of course, we could have a third with Isaac Lewis as well. He had a great ball game, but I wanted to bring you in. He had a pretty big night tonight. Went over 1,000 yards for the season, 165, I believe, for tonight. But talk about 13 straight playoff appearances, and of course, every running back wants to get to at least 1,000 yards. So talk a little about that as well.
It's just been a great experience. I tried hard for that, breaking that 1,000 tonight. I'm glad I did it. Making the playoffs for 13 straight years, it's a good thing, and I'm glad my senior class didn't break the tradition. And this is just great momentum going into first round.
You mentioned the momentum going into the first round, Gavin. This is your last go-around being a senior. Talk about what this week of practice is going to mean to you leading into the Ardmore game.
It's going to mean a lot of hard work, 100% focus, no plays off, none of that. We have to be focused and get ready for this game. It's a big one.
Obviously, this offense wants to be balanced, and it seems like with the RPO game, you and Jackson playing that ride and read game where he can pull it, you can run it. It seems like this offense has been much more balanced here in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. We've just been doing great at practice. Executing the scheme that Coach Mick gives us, and Jackson pulling the ball has helped us out a whole lot, spreading out the field, getting our wide receivers open. They've been getting off the ball really good, blocking down the field really good. It's just been great preparation all around.
Jackson, great job tonight. Congratulations on a great season, and best of luck this week going into the playoffs against Ardmore this week. Great job, Gavin.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, real quick, I want to say one thing. Gavin has done a tremendous job taking on this new position this year's senior campaign. We're all proud of that, but I got to tell him personally, I'm most proud of the maturity he showed this year, and you grew up an awful lot since last year. I want you to know something that has been noticed by many, many people. A lot of people very, very proud of that.
Thank you.
And not only that, Phil, leave the microphone there. That's what will serve you the longest as you go on in life. Not necessarily your accomplishments on the field, but the accomplishments off that he has achieved. Would you agree with that, Phil?
There's no doubt about it. Fine young man. He's doing great things. I've heard Oklahoma State's heading.
Who's going to win tomorrow, Gavin?
Well, State. I can answer that.
State.
Okay,
obviously.
very good.
He's a smart kid, too, boys.
Are you going to coax one of those tickets out of your dad?
We'll see about that.
Thanks, Gavin.
Okay, thanks, Gavin.
Good job, buddy.
I'm assuming Baker Mayfield's still playing football. I don't know. He's pretty good. We'll see tomorrow, 3 o'clock kickoff. Well, when you get our final timeouts, we're going to keep it right here. We got the head football coach of the Blue Jays, Coach Kelly Beebe. After the Jays come into Guymon, Texas County, pull off a 54-6 win, just 7-0 after the first quarter. But then the Jays offense got going early and often took advantage of turnovers aided by the defense. And speaking of defense, let's go back downstairs with Phil Nichols with the Blue Jay head coach, Kelly Beebe.
We're here with head football coach Kelly Beebe. Defense, the best defensive high school coach I've ever seen in my life. Coach, 13 years in a row in the playoffs. That's what it's all about, right?
Well, that's an outstanding accomplishment, 5A program. And on the west side in 5A, there's extremely tough competition. And we've been through a lot of ups and downs with this crew, a lot of growing pains with this crew, and they just keep battling. The coaches keep coaching them, and we had a week this week. I really think we kind of grew together a little bit. And when Guymon came out here and battled, they were coming off their only win of the season last week. They had their senior night, and it was good for us. We had more of a battle than what the score might indicate with a couple of turnovers and short fields and those kind of things. I thought the day kind of caught up with us just a little bit at halftime. they've been excited all day to be out of school and those kind of things, and so that was a good gut check for us to see if we could come out and play good defense in the second half, and to go that first drive we had, a great drive. I don't know what 10, 11 plays maybe executing. I was very pleased with, and then we got to play all the kids, those guys that sometimes don't get on the field on Friday nights as much as you'd like for them to, that still come to practice, still work hard. So all those kind of things are great.
Coach, congratulations on a great effort tonight. Congratulations on, again, making the playoffs. And I know it's a long ride home, so be safe on the way home.
Yeah, we don't want to keep you too long tonight, Coach.
It sounds to me like you fellas are ready to get on the road.
Oh, you read right through that, huh?
Well, we're excited and blessed. We thank you guys for coming up and doing the ball game. And we had several parents here.
Yes, we did.
I think this is my 4th trip up here, and best turnout we've had for parents. So that was very encouraging for the young men. And it looks like we got the Ardmore Tigers on the road.
Yep.
That'll put us playing the number 1, number 2, number 3 teams in the state with on our schedule this year. It's a great challenge for us, one we're excited about, and be ready to hit the ground running and get to work on Monday.
1,200 miles traveled in the last 3 weeks, and you're going to want to add to that next week, so it's been a grind.
Not bad. Coach Chappell's paying for it, so it's all good.
I'm not sure what Ardmore had tonight, Coach, but MacArthur wins that game 36-7. But again, we're not sure what Ardmore did as far as keeping players out, but that was the final score in Lawton tonight.
Well, I'll be interested to see the film and start that evaluation process. So, I think one of the dads down here, Mr. Hannah, said something to me about it. I was like, wow. So,
yeah.
So, but Lawton Mike's still Lawton Mike. And,
yes, they are.
And it is November. So, great football on the west side of the state. I think for sure the top teams in the state of Oklahoma are over here. If you can make it through the gauntlet, you've got a chance. So, we punched our ticket to the dance tonight. We just got to go get excited about it. This is the fun time of year, and go give them our best shot.
Safe travels, Coach.
Yep. Thank you, fellas. Bye.
Guthrie takes down Guymon. Final score of 54-6. Final timeout here on the Terra Insure Group post-game show.
When it comes to Guthrie Bluejay athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
Final thoughts from the stadium are ahead on the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
Welcome back for the final time here in Guymon as the Blue Jays finish the regular season with a 3-game winning streak as they defeat the Tigers now by a final score of 54-6. Blue Jays now 5-5 on the season. They finished district play with 4-3 district record. Guymon falls to 1-9 on the year and 1-6 in district play. Got a score to Rick Burnett of the Guthrie Newsletter. Appreciate him letting us know, but he went to Coyle tonight. Coyle won 52-0 in a 55-minute game.
Wow, 55 minutes.
55 minutes to win, and they are the district champions, and they will be hosting a first-round playoff game next week. Congratulations to the Blue Jackets. And, of course, the Blue Jays win it here tonight by a final score of 54-6. Blue Jays over 500 yards of offense. They hold Guymon to 114 yards of offense. A passing game, Casey 13-15.
Very efficient.
And 114 yards and 2 passing scores.
Very efficient. The entire offense was efficient all night. The defense stopped the run, especially the triple option aspect of this flex bone, and that's going to be very vital going into next week. Ardmore's going to bring some flex bone, some wishbone, some just basic power sets.
And good athletes.
And good athletes and good coaching. So this was kind of a good tune-up for that.
Absolutely. That'll do
Is
it
that
for
a wrap?
That is a wrap. Again, a big thank you to Terra Insurance, our post-game sponsors. Visit them, 2403 South Division, 293-4880. No pressure whatsoever when you go in there. They like to talk Blue Jay football, Blue Jay athletics as well. No pressure to buy anything. They'll talk to you. They will give you options, and that's what we all want as consumers, is we want options out there. And Dennis Oaks, Jason Herzl, and Seth Robbins provide all that. 2403 South Division or TIGOK.com. Log on now and check it out. Final score for the final time here tonight. The Guthrie Blue Jays come to Guymon, Oklahoma, and win their third straight ball game by a final score of 54-6. Our next broadcast will be 1 week from tonight when we travel to Ardmore, Oklahoma for the first round of the OSSAA playoffs. It'll be the Blue Jays and the Tigers. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Our pregame show begins at 6:30 right here on Guthrie Radio, the Blue Jays Sports Network, whether it be on video or the audio. No radio next week on 93.7 FM. We hope to join them back later, and that is not on due to conflicts with Oklahoma State basketball. For my partners tonight, Kevin Roach, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, Casey Porter, I'm Chris Evans. We'll talk to you next weekend. Have a great Bedlam weekend. Until next time, go Blue Jays.
You've been listening to Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Guthrie Radio Network, home of the 4-time state champions. Guthrie Blue Jay football 2017 is brought to you by Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. Interbank, what's going on now at your hometown bank? Golden Chick, the original and still the best. John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Mercy, your life is our life's work. Golden Age Nursing Home, making the toughest decisions of your life the easiest choice you've ever made. Eskridge Chevrolet, a name you can trust for over 50 years. Guthrie Blue Jay football is also brought to you by F&M Bank, Merritt Roberts Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Sonic on Highway 33 and I-35, Guthrie Tag Agency, and Hayes Funeral Home.